subscribers only chat. You need to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes before you get to participate. Also, I realized that I wrote down that we will be doing, I found my book, y'all. It was down on the floor. So I wrote down that we are going to be doing at 11 p.m. Eastern a subscriber reading, a yes no reading, one question, a one card question for subscribers, one card pull for subscribers. So that said, we will be doing that, okay? At 11, I'm not sure. We'll see what time we get to it, but we will be doing it, okay? So, oh my God, what a day. Mediumship class was amazing. Mediumship class was beyond amazing. Girl, Sean. Oh my God. I had like the best experience in class. It was mind blowing. Okay. So, like I said, I found my book. Okay. So we will be um checking things off. I just forgot that I did not come back on yesterday. But yay, I kept my word. I did my son's hair. Hi, Becky. Okay, so we have a couple of things on here. I don't know. All the news is different, you know. We never, well, actually, we did kind of read on Paxton. It's really interesting because when we did that reading of Tallarico like a week or two ago, um, I remember reading and going, oh, we didn't look at Cornyn. And I was like, I don't think we need to. So I knew Paxton would be chosen. Um, so if you want to know how that's going to go with the energy, you're going to have to go back and look it up. I think I wrote James T as part of the title. Hey, Leslie. And not his whole name, because obviously we have to, there's suppression, but I only get like 10 people on at one time anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. I don't get a lot of views. I mean, I do if I think of a classroom. If I think of a classroom, then I get like 200 views. That would be a hell of a big classroom. Okay. So, um, but let me tell you about mediumship class first. First off, we're gonna talk about that first because I'm buzzing from it. It was amazing. Actually, I'm kind of still buzzing. Well, I was buzzing from last week's, and I don't know why I didn't get on immediately after that. Oh, I think I talked to my partner or something. My fiance. I would just call him my partner. I don't have a ring yet. So I'm like, when you get me a ring, I'll call you a fiance. But sometimes I forget and call him my fiance. But anyway, yeah, last week was interesting. I think I talked about it on a class. If not, it was really interesting. I liked it. Um, but tonight, y'all. Okay. So, oh, let me change. I said I was putting on my headphones because I don't want you saying you can't hear me or that sound's going in and out. So, ow. Whew. Okay. Mm-mm. Listen. Okay. Let me tell you about class real quick, and then we're gonna get into the spiritual tea. Okay. Because that jump with Pammy Boo was interesting. I didn't want to leave, but I'm glad I did. Because I would not have loved to have missed this class. I already missed one class with my last cycle. It was on a day one of my last cycle, and I missed taking Advil, so I couldn't move. So I missed that class. I don't like to miss things I pay for. But this one, y'all. Okay, so for this particular class, she was teaching us how to read multiple spirits in a room. So she was teaching us how to scan the room and like ping pong between spirits and stuff like that. I didn't really get a chance to practice that because that's not what ended up happening in my practice reading. I will tell you in a little bit. So, but we did do a little micro practice in the beginning. So, scanning the room is like basically seeing all of what spirits are there. Because when loved ones know that somebody in a room will hear them and pay attention, sometimes they crowd. I get a lot of them at one time. I don't realize that, but when I'm reading people, I'm like, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing this. And then I'm like having to learn to pay attention to where things are for me. like, the direction that things come tend to be a different person, right? But anyway, so one of the things that was great, if you ever have a mediumship reading, I'm gonna give you this lesson that she was teaching us as mediums. And she said, um, for people who like to keep going to mediums over and over and over again, looking for this one thing or whatever, one of the things that she said was awesome, which was spirit can guide you, but is not here to learn the lesson for you. So it's like you really can't. And this is one thing that I gotta stop doing necessarily, which is like, what am I here to do? Like, somebody tell me, what am I here to do, so I can go ahead and do it. But the thing, and this was such a key point, I had to write it down. So I'll repeat it: is that spirit can guide you, right? So we're talking a loved one, a past soul, a past spirit. They can guide you, but they are not here to learn that lesson for you. You are. And so the other thing she said, to expound on it a little bit more, is it may be more beneficial for you to have the experience learning the lesson later on in life than it is for you to get it from a passed on loved one. Because let's be real, people can tell you things and you're like, all right, cool, thank you. And you don't do anything for it with it. Um, and as a person who's been gifted my whole life, I have given people things that I've seen for them, not realizing that where this was coming from. Just, I'll say, I got a divine download or something, or I don't know why, but I'm giving this to you. Hey, Jen. And so it's one of those things, like I'll give, like one time with this one lady, I got her entire business plan. Like, we've talked a while. And that's one of the reasons I like to talk to people first, is I'm listening the whole time, not just to you, but to what else is coming in for you. And so, like, I'm taking notes. Like, I'm a big note taker. Like, I got notebooks of the wazoo. Okay. So I'm a big note taker. And so while I'm taking notes, I'm receiving things for you. And this is when, like, it took me a long time. Like, sometimes I can be slow because I take notes. And then one day I was watching Tyler Henry's Life After Death, or Death After Life, or whatever it's called. And he's scratching. And now, mind you, this is after I had a few clients tell me, you're a healer, you're a seer, you're blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, those things don't fit me. They don't fit me. Like, that's so big. I can't do it. And so I'm watching Life After Death, or whatever that thing is called. And he's scratching and scratching and scratching and receiving. And I'm like, wait a second. I take notes. Oh my God, y'all. I do what Tyler Henry does, but I do it in a way that I can read it again, So it's just real interesting. Or sometimes I can't read it. Sometimes, sometimes it's just a doodle. And I'm like, why am I doodling? And so it's just really interesting. So anyway, um, so and to finish up the story, so this woman, while we're talking, I'm just taking notes and stuff, and all of a sudden, it's just like it folds out, and I see it, and I'm like, okay, here's your $1 million business, and I say it's $1 million, but things have no cap when you're an entrepreneur. There's really no cap to it, and so basically, I saw the 7 different levels of her business that she could be offering to people, from like doing event planning for them to creating a an event planning guide handbook to you know training people, helping them get certified, blah 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 blah. So all these, like, there were 7 different steps that she can graduate her business into, so that she's not the one doing the parties and everything. And it was $1 million, and she was just stunned on the phone. And I was like, hello? And she's like, yeah. And then you could just feel it, like her shutting down. And I was like, and it reiterated this belief that I was starting to cultivate, which was, I'm too much for people. Because I don't say that anymore, because, like, thanks to one of those TikTok trends that was going around that says, if I'm too much, then go find less. I was like, I like it. But I could be a fire hose to people who only have a teacup. And I think Oprah said that too in one of her commencement speeches. She was like, "Stop trying to be a 10-gallon hat for people who only wear a baseball cap or something." I forgot how she said it, but it was like, "Oh yeah, I get it now." Because you have to meet people at their capacity. You know what I mean? But anyway, so so this class, so she's having us practice scan the room. We're doing a blend with spirit exercise. She's walking us through it. She has this beautiful voice for it, and the voice is so beautiful that I don't know if I nodded off. I thought I did, honestly, because she was silent so long at one point. Like I realized at one point that she was silent for so long. I'm like, wait, is she waiting for me? Like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like opening my eyes, whatever, like whatever. Um, it was just one of those moments where this is why I don't do meditations anymore because I just fall asleep. But anyway, so she was doing one and she was leading us to it. And she's like, basically, because I had zoned out on this part, that it was like, meet the spirit or whatever, like call forth the spirit or whatever. And then, like, when I opened my eyes and she had repeated that, I was like, oh, okay, wait, yeah. Right. So I'm like, meet the spirit. And then, God, let me tell you who showed up. Y'all will never believe who showed up. Wasn't it good, Jen? Like, I had to write it down. Anyway, sorry, because sometimes y'all comments come late. So I don't know if you're talking about the whole thing about the spirits here to guide you, but not here to learn for you. Anyway, that's good to me. But anyway, so y'all, guess who showed up? Michael freaking Jackson. Michael freaking Jackson. And I didn't realize he was showing up because I'm like still over here like, wait, what are we supposed to be doing? With my eyes closed, like, what are we supposed to be doing? And then all of a sudden I started realizing that this song kept playing for me. Y'all know me and songs. So I kept hearing, you're just another part of me. Dun, dun, you know, and I just kept, but it kept going on loop. You're just another part of me. And I'm like, wait, oh, wait, you're here. And I'm like, why did you choose me? Like, hold on, Michael Jackson, are you here? And then, and it was so funny because I just kept hearing it. But then the song goes a little bit further after I was like, wait, is that you? Like, seriously, y'all, I wrote it down. Michael freaking Jackson. Okay, I didn't write freaking, but I should have. So anyway, I'm like, what? And I even wrote down the lyrics, you're just another part of me right here. Y'all, I don't know if you can read it. But anyway, so I wrote that down. And then she's like, okay, so we will be scanning the room for the three spirits. I'm like, three spirits? He's like, I got two for you. I was like, what? You do? And he's like, Donna Summers. And I'm like, is Donna Summers even dead? Like, I'm supposed to be dealing with dead people, Michael Jackson. Like, I don't think Donna Summers is dead. And so I'm like, no. And then he's like, and Diana Ross. I said, now I know Diana Ross is not dead. But wait, is she experiencing dementia? Because y'all, I can talk to people with dementia also. Um, Something I learned on a reading that I did in February. I was like, how am I doing this? So it's crazy. And I was unfortunately 100% right about the person who was in dementia. But he was communicating with me and was telling me about his wife. And so I'm talking to his wife and she's just like, oh my God, that's him. And it was just wild, right? Um, uh, I'm not going to go any further than that. I just thought that was wild. It was just like, wait, you're not dead. How am I communicating with you? But then I remember watching another reader talk about how people in dementia are also in the spirit world. So they're not zoned out. They're actually not here. They're on the other side. So when they come back, they're coming back in a trapped body, basically, compared to where they want to go. And I will tell you, just from the conversation I had, but also from what I understand, is a lot of times, not all the time, sometimes they're still here because they're afraid to go, but a lot of times they want to go. they're just here because you're not ready. And because you're not going to go to the spirit world and then be like, nope, I want to stay on earth. You don't go to the spirit world and be like, I want to stay on earth. Like, you just don't. Like, there you're happy and light and whole spirit or whatever. You don't have the pain or the claustrophobia of being a human being, like squeezing all your energy into a body form. So you don't have all that, right? So a lot of times when they have dementia, they're actually ready to go. A lot of times they're ready to go. And so it's like, you're not ready. And um, so when I wrote that, I put here, when he told me about Diana Ross Shaw, I put crossing soon, question mark. Y'all see it says May 27th. Um, so I'm like, I don't know if she's experiencing her own dementia, like light stage, because I got like stage 1 or something. Um, but I don't know if that's what's happening and that's why he showed me her, or if he's saying she's coming soon because he like was in love with her. So I don't know. And I was like, Michael, you can't show me these people. They're not dead, because I didn't know Donna Summers was dead. I found out she died May 17th, almost anniversary time, because today is May 27th. So like literally 10 days difference. So she died May 17th, 2012, right? So then I'm like, I'm supposed to be talking to, souls who passed over. So then I saw somebody with a green beret, dark. Oh my God, I know who that is. That's the guy, but he's alive. Is he leaving? I don't know why I was seeing celebrities. I just saw a bunch of celebrities. Um, he's the guy in Different World, the one who played the Colonel. I don't think he's dead yet. I think he's still alive. But he must be getting ready to leave. It's interesting because he had the green beret, and I know in that show he had the green beret on. Okay. And then there was a flash of a younger male. Um, Brighter skinned or whatever. And then she instructed us to tell the spirit, if you have multiple spirits, she's like, tell one to come closer, like one to step forward. And so I'm like, who's going to step forward? And then Michael Jackson does the kick and just scoots forward. I was like, oh my God, wait, what is happening? So, um, and then I heard him say, thank you for defending me. And then he said something like, I didn't mean to do. And I was like, do what? And then he's like, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. So I don't think it's he touched anybody. Um, but there's a secret there that he didn't share. Um, there's something about somebody getting hurt, and I don't know who he hurt, but it doesn't really feel like a kid. Um, and it feels like an emotional hurt, not necessarily some kind of physical thing. So I don't know what that's about, but he said he didn't mean to hurt anyone. And it almost feels like of Mice and Men, where, and I don't mean like he killed anybody. I'm just saying like how you love something so much you actually hurt it or break it or something. So I don't know what that meant, and I'll probably see if I can talk to him later. Um, Maybe in a dream. But it was really interesting. Uh, but then I got another person, and I was like, I heard the name Annabelle, and then I was like, that looks like Louis Gossett Jr. Now, mind you, this is not somebody I think of, right? But I see this face, and I'm like, wait, I think that's Louis Gossett Jr. Like, I'm trying to figure out what his name was. I'm like, Louis Gossett Jr. Isn't that the white guy? I forget what that guy's name is, but it's something like Lou Garrett. No, that's not Lou Garrett. I'm talking about. It's somebody else. I don't know. Um, but it was weird. I'm like, I don't think Lou Gossett Jr. is dead. I'm like, I don't think he's dead. Well, I was just talking to my friend before we went live, and she said, yeah, he died on March 29th, 2024. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't realize he died. And then I saw another female, but she seems to be from a different era. She had like, I was gonna say, was that Amy Winehouse? But it couldn't be, because this was a dark skinned woman. But I feel like, because as I'm saying, it can't be her. I think it was her. I think it was. Oh my God. I think that was Amy Winehouse. Because I kept getting Anne, and then I just wrote Joanne. But didn't she sing Jolene or something as a cover? Oh my gosh. I think I just saw two lives of Amy Winehouse's life before her life. Because now I'm like, that was her, but as the black woman. Yo. And she came back as a white woman. Okay, because the way I describe it, y'all, is female energy, darker skin, bright red lipstick, hair almost like a pinup. Because I saw like the little like bandana thing tied around curls. I'm getting chills. That was Amy Winehouse as the black iteration of her soul before her this life. Oh my God. That was crazy. What an experience. Hold on. This was Amy Winehouse life before. This was Amy. Because I was like, Anne? Anne? Am I hearing Anne? Annie? Annie? And I'm like, nah, I just saw Michael Jackson, so I'm probably like, Annie, are you okay? Like, I'm talking myself out of this. Holy crap. That was Amy, not Annie. Oh my God. I'm getting tears. I've been getting chills because it was like, finally you got it. And now I'm getting tears like acknowledgement tears. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. And it's funny because she wanted to try life as a white woman and didn't find it any better. So she left. Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to dry my eyes. Ugh. She'll be back though, y'all. I think she already back. Cause I see a little girl, a Mexican girl, Mexican girl. Okay, cause she's like 3. I see this chubby little girl. She's already back. She's trying something else. Now watch. She's gonna be in music again. Watch. She'll be in music again. She left in 2011. Oh my god. But she came as her black soul the lifetime before this one. That's why she had that look. Is she was just stuck to that look. She loved that look. But I see this little brown skin girl, but she's really, really light. So she's a Mexican. Like I heard Mexican. So it's not like other countries. I heard specifically Mexican. Um, in California. She's in Cali. A little chubby 3-year-old girl in Cali who can sing, who can already sing. And she sings so beautifully in Spanish. She's like another Selena almost. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. She's like, let's give it another try. Poor girl. To come back during this ice shit. I don't know if you wanted to do that, homie. But it feels like I just heard like she's going to use her music for healing this time. I hope that doesn't mean being stuck in a church only, because I think the world needs to hear your voice. It's interesting, and they will. Okay, okay. Well, all right. I don't know her name. Not in this one. Maybe she's Joanne. Who knows? Her name could be Joanna. Joanne, Joanna. I don't know. Okay, interesting. So that was the little practice section, right? So then I have this poster on my wall that says "You are unique." So as Melissa was trying to figure out who we were pairing up for the night, I'm writing out "You are unique," and as I'm writing out "unique," she says, "Oh, this is about to be good." Shaneequa and Monique. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, seriously? So the word unique and Monique, like, literally, you are unique. And then her name was Monique. Just what? Crazy pants. So then, all right. So we were just reading one person tonight. Excuse me, because, the practice before and everything. Yeah, she was a tortured soul, but just real quick, Amy was a torture soul, but she didn't feel like she fit in her body, is the impression that I got here, because people were looking at her, but she was still her Black woman self. Isn't that weird? So now she's being adored for who she is as a white woman, but she still feels like a Black woman. And so it was really uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable. But the thing that she loved the most was wearing the red lipstick. I don't even know if Amy wore red lipstick, but I see this woman was like, she liked being able to wear red lipstick without that judgment or something. Because Black people would have definitely told you that lipstick's too bright. Like, what are you trying to be, a hussy or something? Whatever. So, um, I think she's just going to try it again. Her voice is just one of those things. Um, so anyway, so then, like, I'm feeling clammy because I'm super nervous. I'm always nervous. And then let me tell you about Monique. Okay, first of all, I don't know if Monique will ever see this, but Monique, if you do, you're amazing. I told her to her face. But Monique is already a medium. She's already a practice medium. She's an older woman. You can't tell because she aged very well. Um, but like, she's 60 years old. She aged so well. When she said 60, I was like, girl, I thought you was my age. So now I really feel old because what? What? I look older than you. Or we look about the same age. So she's 60, which was like amazing. She looked so good. But she had been walking in her path, sort of, as a psychic medium. So it's not like she was hiding anything. It's not like she was not living her truth. Like, her gifts was her bread and butter. So she had been doing that for a while. And okay, so she reads me first because I'm nervous because I'm like, I struggle with confidence. I told you that. So when it comes to reading and stuff, I struggle with confidence. I take longer than everybody else. I have to sit in first and then like get bombarded with shit and then like try to figure things out. Though, as I told you guys last time I shared with class, like the thing of choosing colors fits, I just forgot to do that this time. I need to write notes to remind myself, choose a color first, because choosing the color gives me the personality. Like, when they show up with a color, I don't choose the color. When they show up with a color, and I just saw light, um, they get the personality. I get their personality, and then I get their story. So anyway, so I'm like super clammy, like clammy feet. I can feel them, clammy hands, and then all of a sudden I start feeling a burning in my chest, and I was like, "Oh god, this is going to be weird," because I've never had the burning in my chest part. So anyway, she goes to read me. She reads my uncle who passed when I was 12. Nobody has ever picked up my uncle. Like, I literally, like, when people are like, who you want to hear from? I never say him because I was 12. So I don't know a whole lot about him. Um, and it was really interesting. And this matters. What I'm telling you really matters because she ends up reading like 5 members of my family, 2 who have never come through for anybody. And this happened last week, actually. I had somebody read someone who never comes through in readings. And I've, been in class for like a year. Well, I've done 2 classes. And so that takes up a total of, say 6 months out of a year. Yeah, I started last year. So 6 months I haven't been in class. And then 6 months now total I've been in class. So anyway, so my uncle comes in and she says he's tried everything to make money. My uncle never like had a job, so he had to like put things together for him and his family. And she was like, and to be honest, a lot of them were failures. I was like, okay, yeah. And then he got sick of the inner life. I was like, yeah. I don't know how he passed, but he passed in his sleep. And I was like, I need to go in my sleep. Like that's where I was like, let me go in my sleep, because I never want to feel pain to die. But anyway, uh, so then he comes in. This is important because every single one of these people had almost the same message. So he comes in and he says that he loves that I'm doing this. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He said, I'm a lot like him. I was like, oh, really? And I guess so, because he was the black sheep of the family. And some of his people, some of his siblings, and he had trouble with his parents and my grandparents. And he was my biggest lesson of life about not treating people the same way other people treat them. So like sometimes even when I'm struggling and I'm having compassion for people who I feel like I should not be having compassion for, he's my biggest lesson of make your own opinion. Like don't use other people's opinion to form yours. And as a child, I was very, moldable. So I treated him like other people treated him, as if, he was an option. Um, and I only did it once because I know specifically of like, he asked me for a piece of gum and I said no. That's one of my biggest regrets because then I later found out he was the only person who went with my mom to pick me up from the airport, my very first trip out of town. He was the only one who said yes to going with my mom to pick me up. So when I say immediate lesson, karma, immediate lesson. So he shows up and it's crazy. So he's like, you're a lot like me. And I'm like, I guess I am. I'm black sheep of the family, whatever. But then he goes, like, he loves that I'm doing this. She mentions animals, but I don't really have animals unless we're talking to chickens. Because when she said animals, I was like, are you messing with the chickens? Sorry. It just makes me a little. Anyway, um, the way I treated him that one time. Oh, and the reason why it makes me cry is like I got off the trip. It was end of school, so it was like May or June because we went to Washington D.C. for my very first time. So that's why the East Wing is a thing because I remember walking in the East Wing and seeing the green room and all this stuff. Anyway, fuck Donald Trump. Anyway, so um, and it's not even him because by the time that East Wing thing got done, he was already comatose. He was already comatose. I said comatose. I know it ends with an E. He was comatose because that man was not functioning by the time that wing was taken down. That's why they were acting real erratic, and why they did that without, the proper stuff because he wasn't all the way there. He was incapacitated. So anyway, he had lucid moments, but he was essentially out. Uh, what am I saying? Okay. So then he says this that he's tired of me doubting myself. What? Ooh, I look up and it's 33 minutes and 33 seconds in because I was about to say, you know what? Y'all are probably tired of hearing that. And then I saw those numbers. So I'm gonna keep going. So anyway, so he he said he's tired of me doubting myself about everything. He says that I'm a powerhouse. He said, as a child, I always had the answers, and not just because I was really smart, which I was. Um, he said because I was also already spiritually gifted as a child, that I'm naturally gifted, and he told me make my move because I feel suffocated here. Um, that I need more space energetically. But then he also said, thank you for visiting me. You guys, I visited him one time and I made sure, like, because I don't go to graveyards. I don't ever go to graveyards. So the first time I went to the graveyard, I went and found everybody, you know. So, and then my cousin, the one who's always there, he butts in and he goes, of course he was going to be here. It was crazy. And then my cousin, he's like, You have the patience of a saint, girl, because he brought up my brother, and my brother and I, we haven't talked really in like, I don't know. It's been a long time, at least 5 years, maybe more. He lives 5 minutes away. Um, but anyway, so he's like, he's trying to help me navigate that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then my grandmother comes in. My cousin and my grandmother, they always come. These are the loves of my lives. My lives. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, so she says um, that I'm an energy healer, and she said because she had the touch too, and she told me to go for this. Like, just go in and go for this. She's like, you bring so much healing to the world. Your heart is huge. Your aura is huge. You have a lot of starseed energy. You have ancient wisdom. And at the end of the day, people don't need to understand you. So stop doubting yourself. And then she's like, go back to writing poetry too, because you're very gifted at it. I was like, oh, okay. And then my godmother's mother showed up, which was interesting. And I haven't spoken to my godmother in over 10 years, not because of bad blood or anything. I just don't see her. It's been a long time. But her mother shows up, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if her mother's passed. But then her mother's face comes really strongly in front of mine, like in my mind's eye. And I was like, oh, I think she is. Okay. So basically, I guess I'm going to hear something about my godmother soon. And it's likely going to be a health issue. Then my uncle told me, he came back and he says, you need to sing more. I'm not confident with my voice. But he's like, it'll help with the loneliness. I was like, okay. And then my grandfather comes and he says, he told her that I was the apple of his eye. And I was like, oh my gosh. So my very first time going to a psychic medium, which was in 2016, which is with this amazing woman. I'm not friends with her anymore because she's a Trump supporter. Oh, that one broke my heart to like not connect with. Because I would have a reading with her every year, but we would talk back and forth. I would have like a birthday reading. But that whole Trump supporter, I can't get with. Like, how can you be a psychic and support him? I just couldn't get it. And she was a Cuban woman. And she's a trans woman. Well, not really a trans woman. She was a hermaphrodite. So they chose male, and she, when she got older, chose female. So she had both sexes. It's just, she chose what she chose. So I'm like, first of all, being LGBTQ, kinda, I guess. I don't know. Does hermaphrodite count? I don't know. Um, and then, being married to a man, even though they have the owner certificate as a boy, and being Cuban, and and being, well, she had a child, but I think he ended up dying, which got her into reading for people somehow. Um, Thankfully, I don't need a death to do. Well, I was going to say I don't need a death to do that, but my grandmother was a catalyst. But she's amazing. I don't know if she still supports Trump. It's just, as much as I have a compassionate, empathetic, and loving heart, a lot of times, I don't have a lot of room for forgiveness. And my belief is, and this is just me, this could just be me, but my belief is, I'm not God. So if you want forgiveness, that's a self forgiveness thing, and that is a God forgiveness thing. So don't look to me for forgiveness because you're not getting it. I'm not God. I can't give it to you, but I can give it to me for being hurt. Like, why you hurt, girl? You good? Um, and it wasn't the first time. It was like the first time he ran. She said, "Yeah, he'll win." And I remember going in prayer, and I was like, "God, do not let him win." Um, Not the first time. I mean, the second time. She's like, "Yeah, he's gonna win." And I'm like, "Dear God, please don't let him win." But then it was like more in the conversation. I was like, "Ugh, you like him?" It was just weird. It was just weird. Like, how do you? It was weird. But then this third time, I was like, off. I can't. Like, as soon as he won, she was like, "Congratulations, President." Off. Unfollow everything. And she's followed me over on some of my other stuff. Because, TikTok will let you know when somebody goes to your account that you know of. And so I've seen it. I was like, oh. You follow me. Oh, my brother's wife has not followed me, but followed up on me. Okay, I see my brother's wife looking at what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Like screw you people. But anyway, this is a long ramble. I'm on Adderall. I told you I talk. But she also told me the very first, she's my very first like reader I actually believed in. She told me the same thing. My grandfather said that you are the apple of his eye. He's never told me that. But so to hear somebody say the same thing, like same cliched expression, but still the same thing, I was like, oh my God. And it was just really interesting because I forgot how I knew that that was him. But, I was always his favorite. I was his first girl, but I was always his favorite. Anyway, so here comes the even interesting part. Now, I told you that about how she read for me because if you notice, there wasn't really like this heavy message about like how they were in spirit or, like stuff that mediums really do a lot of times where they're like, oh, they were a great person. Y'all had this kind of relationship, blah, blah, blah. If you notice, most of these messages, I see what you said, Jen. Hold on a second. I noticed that like most of these, I'm getting chills behind it. Most of these messages were about like reaffirming my gift. Because I'm struggling with it. Like, what do you want me to do with this? Because I still haven't figured it out. And even last week, and I told you about that, my godfather's message and my godfather and grandfather, they were best friends, so they showed up together. They both said the same thing. They both were like, bruh, get busy. Like, walk in this. Um, it was just interesting. Uh, so, but the message she gave me was like them talking about who I am, like gifted wise. Like, they didn't, obviously, to go back to the first meaning of, spirit can guide you, but it's not here to learn the lesson for you, like that thing. Um, So they can't tell me what to do, but they told me um, basically keep going with this, right? Um, which was very affirming. I still don't know what to do with it, but I know it's still a large part of it. So here's the interesting part, though. Okay, so you see that because I'm going to bring that back in because of how I read her. Now I let her go first because I was intimidated. I was nervous. I was clammy, whatever. But I also wanted to see because I have to sit into my gift. So I also wanted to see how she operated, and it was just really interesting. Um, and it was real cool. Like she saw the three people kind of right away. She's like, "Your uncle, he's laughing. Does he have facial hair? I cannot. Oh yeah, he had a mustache." Okay, so she said something about facial hair, whatever. She's like, "He's such a character." I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to validate anything because I was 12, you know. And, like I said, he made a lot of mistakes because he's one of the reasons I never wanted to date a tall man is because when I was young, I saw him beating up on my then aunt, like the woman he married. So I saw him hit her. Um, and I saw how he towered over her. So I was like, I never want a man to tower over me. So I don't want a super tall man because he was over 6 feet. And she was a shorty, shorty. And I was a kid at the time. So he looked really tall. So he was violent. Now, that said, my grandfather was violent. Hey, Keith. Oh my God. I mean, Keith. Hey, Julie. You've had Diana come to you too? Oh, wow. And MJ. Okay. You got to tell me about it. If you don't mind coming on live, I'd love for you to come on live. I'll like send you a link or something and we could chat it up because I want to talk about it. And if anybody else here has also had anybody come in, I would love for us to just have a chatty moment with that. Um, I'm gonna do yes nos real quick after I do this before we get into the political reading, okay? Because I do have on here that I'm doing subscriber readings, yes, no, and we'll do it for an hour, and then we'll switch over to political, okay? So I'm just gonna finish this. But he was a good-hearted person. It's just patriarchy, trauma, like it was a lot. It was a lot. And as I got older, I got to understand that some women really can push your buttons to that place that you don't want to go, right? Um, that doesn't mean hit them, but it's almost like, oh, I can get why you struggled with this if you didn't have proper tools. Because my aunt, and she will tell you, first of all, she was a drinker. And so when she drank, she talked a lot, right? But one day, a few years back, one day we were all sitting around talking, and she's laughing and joking about how her mouth is. Now mind you, this has to come from her growing up, right? Um, and that's the thing. A lot of our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff, they're flawed because of their childhood and the stuff that keeps getting passed down, right? So the way she was, is she was when she said this, I kind of like understood my uncle a little bit more. Um, because you know, another story real quick is that he and my other uncle stood up to my grandfather, because this is what boys do, is they stand up for their mother, right? So he and my other uncle, who they both stood up to my grandfather when he was going to try to hit my grandmother. Now, I find all this stuff out after I'm already in love with this man. My grandfather was like the best grandfather ever. Uh, but the father he was and the husband he was, when you find out your heroes are flawed, it's hard. Okay. Because I've had to reconcile who is this person, and I learned about who he was after his death. So it's been one of those, like, how do I deal with this? You know, um, which is how my mom ended up with my stepfather. She looked for somebody who was completely different from my grandfather. And she did. She got somebody who's like not a drinker, doesn't hit anybody, takes care of the family, not a smoker. Like, she got the opposite of her dad, but my father wasn't the opposite of my stepdad. So she ended up with her dad violently. According to her story, it was not by choice, but I don't know if I can believe her story because my mother. But it is a generational trauma thing that's got passed down because I'm telling too much. But the whole point is my grandmother's life with my grandfather started the same way, except shotgun wedding, and she was young. A lot of us have stories about our grandparents that should not happen today. Anyway. And then some people have love matches, but some people don't. Um, but anyway, so why am I telling you this? Because that's how flawed my uncle was, right? And so I had that in my head with him too. Stuff that I blocked out. I blocked out a lot of stuff, but I do remember him being tall and being over her. But my aunt, when one day when she was talking, she said something to the, and again, she was by marriage. She said something to the effect of, I would, if he hit me, I'd be like, that's all you got? And she was like, I'll be on the floor still talking smack. And I'm like, ew, you know? And then I have another aunt who did help trigger and drive another guy, like her husband, kind of the same way. And because she didn't know love any other kind of way. And so she triggered it in her husband, and they were a good match. But she was that person who would not stop running her mouth, who would not stop being antagonistic. Like, it was weird. So now it's like, I don't think every man is. I like to hear the story. Like, I have a hard time with abusers. So don't get me wrong. I really do. Um, because I'm like, you're still a man, though. You should still know better. Um, it's like when you don't have tools, like if you didn't have the tools, and then you watch these men, like my uncle with my blood aunt, my uncle, who was my uncle by marriage. When he got married, he's been married to this lady for like 20 something years now. He's never lifted a hand towards her. They have a loving marriage. They were successful. They grew together. Their child went to Stanford or something. Like, they had this beautiful life together because he didn't have this antagonistic, I like that word. I'm going to keep it, woman irritating him. Now, there are some men who are just beaters who are really beaters. Okay. I'm just giving you this. I don't know why I'm giving you this, but anyway. So, why did I get on my aunt antagonizing him? my not by marriage, antagonizing him. So I'm not going to say she deserved it, but I am going to say that she didn't stop it. It's weird. It's weird. I don't. It's weird. Because if a man hits me, I'm taking him out. That's how that's going. Matter of fact, I had a guy that I was talking to, and he raised his hand, and I was like, and I'm in the kitchen, and I just opened a drawer that just happened to have knives. And I was like, what the hell are you gonna do with that? And he put his hand down. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was like, I know, and you're gonna leave. And I walked him out. Luckily, he left, because it could have gone a weird way. But I've never been hit before by anybody other than my mother in my life. So, like, I don't, I didn't grow up with abuse of love, so I'm not going to accept it. So I've never experienced that. And I'm not going to sit here and keep saying like, hit me, like, ugh, that's gross. It's like really, really gross. But some women really are like that. Like I've watched it. It's weird. That said, some men are out of control and need therapy or need their fingers cut off. I don't know, but they'll probably find something else to do with it. Okay, I don't know why I'm over here. I really don't know why I'm over here. Why did I do this? It's just flawed relationships with people, right? So anyway, so then I go to read her. Oh my God, I can't believe I spent 20 minutes not talking about this. Okay, so I go to read her. Now, she has a very common name. Her name is Monique. And then, and we'll just stop there because I'll bring up the middle name later to explain this. So here's where the reading went extremely weird. So now I've seen her in practice, but I'm thinking this is a mediumship reading. So I wasn't paying attention to the type of messages necessarily that she was giving me. I just wrote down all the messages she gave me. So I'm like, oh, a mediumship reading. Oh my God, I love this, blah, blah, blah. And then I just realized like I didn't have to validate a lot about them. They were giving me a message. All right, cool. So again, remember, we're supposed to be reading multiple people in the room, right? And let me just say, I'm so sorry if I just triggered anybody with the domestic violence story. I do not mean to have done that. I really don't. I don't know why it came up. I don't know why it came up. I do not know why it came up. Any of them. But anyway, it's such a weird life. Because I've seen abusive women as well. Like, I have an aunt who was abusive towards her husband, who just passed, by the way. Her ex-husband. But anyway, abuse is a weird thing. It's just so weird. Ugh. It's people without tools. Um, just unhealed, broken people without tools. And there's really no just to that. But I notice like a lot of spirits do apologize on the other side. It's like, I don't give a shit, like my father. But anyway, that's why I got on it, because I was talking about my mother's choice, like being taken. Whatever, moving on. So, with Monique, so I'm supposed to be reading different spirits. But y'all, this is the weirdest thing ever. As soon as I'm like, let me settle into this, I see an angel. Like literally an angel. Like in a stereotypical way. Like let's think angel on top of a tree, right? Angel. So I don't necessarily see a human fleshed out. I just see an angel. And I'm like, why do I see an angel? Now, I explain to people, I have to talk things out. This is how I process. This is how I get it. If something resonates with you, let me know, whatever. Right? Um, so I'm like, I see an angel. I don't know if this is an actual angel. And I'm like, I know that might be weird. Uh, but I've had other entities come in during this class season. I had a mermaid come in one time. It was weird. A water spirit. Let me say water spirit, because mermaid didn't actually fit. I think it was more of a siren. Siren fits better than mermaid. Mermaid feels very sanitization, like very Disney, like mermaid. It was a siren. So it's more of a feral type of energy than some Ariel. Like it wasn't like that. So I had that come in. The woman tried Earth and she was like, yeah, no. She was very upset. She loved the water, whatever. I think I talked about that before. Um, but anyway, so this one. So I'm seeing like Christmas tree angel, like lit up angel, like angel. Now with my vision, I have a hard time with vision. I don't get sharp things. I'm not a visionary like that. I while I get clairvoyance, I don't get clear clairvoyance. Okay. I just get clairvoyance. So I see things, I don't see them clearly. Okay. I just know it was an angel. I didn't have any shapes or anything, like face or whatever. I just had a Christmas tree angel lit up. Okay. So, because I saw light around it, not actually, well, yeah, I guess like coming through it, around it, whatever. And so I'm speaking it out. I'm like, why do I see an angel? I see an angel. I'm like, okay, so I don't know if this spirit name is Angel. I don't know um if they're saying they are your angel. Like I think this is an angel. And she goes, I've seen angels since I was 4. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, I don't really ever see spirits. Like I had to train myself to see past souls, but I've seen angels since I was 4. I was like, what? Like, that's cool. And so it's like when she validated that, I was like, okay, that's where we are. And I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing with an angel? Because I'm like, that's not a mediumship reading, you know? Okay, Jen, I'm glad I'm not boring you, child. Um, Wait, what'd you say? You said 100% agree about you being a healer. You heal me energetically with every lie. Aw, I missed that whole you heal me part. Oh my God, thank you. I was really happy he showed up too, honestly. Like, I told you, he's a complicated character, but he was very unloved by my grandparents, like treated badly by my grandparents. So, like, I can understand the storm within him, so to speak, because I'm feeling a storm right now. I guess storms, I guess I need to start writing that down as part of my symbology, but I guess storms for people who are very troubled, right? I get storms a lot for people who are very troubled. Um, because I'm a water person, you know? So anyway, listen, if Mel offers a class again, I don't think she'll do it again this year because I think she's offering a different class this year. But like y'all need to get on her mailing list so that when she opens another mediumship development circle, and she might keep it the same price because she does the angel number of 555. But you know, if spirit ever tell you to do something different, you do something different. But so far it's been 555 for the circle. The circle is 12 weeks. So $555 for a 2-hour in-person session every week. You know, like if there's a week she can't make it, you're still getting the 12 weeks. Um, and so you're getting 2 hours of practice, you're getting her all her study. Like as soon as she realized that she could hear, you know, mediumship style, she said during COVID, she was watching that show Surviving Death. I absolutely hate that show. But I really do. Like I had to watch it for my other mediumship class, which wasn't great. Um, so Mel watched the Surviving Death show. If y'all go on Netflix, you can watch it. I hate the whole channeling part. Like that whole channeling part is why like it just verifies. Like I don't believe in a lot of channelers. I just really don't. Hey, Suze. I don't understand the gift, so there's that part. But I mean, I kind of do understand it because I do get taken over, but I don't get taken over like that. Like I don't speak as them. I don't change my voice. That's not my gift. I don't do it. If you are a real legit person and you really do it, I'm not talking about you. I am talking about the scammers, right? And so on Surviving Death, they definitely shared scammers. Yeah, girl, I talked to MJ. It was weird. Or MJ talked to me, really. Um, but okay, so she saw herself in the blonde chick in one of the mediums or something, and she's like, "Wait, that's how mine goes." And this is just as she's starting to realize, because Mel will tell you her story, or she has told the story on her channel. Her channel is called Mediumship with Mel. If anybody's new here and haven't done that, but she had just had a baby. something about her grandmother came to visit, and then she's like, "Wait, what am I doing?" Now, if you know Mel was type A. Mel was like I've loved her energy, even though she was a type A person. So like even as I was like getting burnt out of business, there was something different about her. She was my business coach at first. So Mel was amazing. Like there was something about her energy, but I didn't know my own gift. But I guess my gift recognized her gift. I was like, there's something about you like I really like. I really, really like this. Like I can resonate with you. Cause she's, people would talk about launch cycles of like, you have to be sending out 50 million emails. Excuse me, you have to be sending out 50 million emails. You have to be what did she say? Like this is how the business cycle goes. You have to be live every day. You have to be like connecting with people every day. And she would say, I would launch my thing. So during the launch cycle, I would go visit my sister. We would go take our kid to the beach. Matter of fact, I don't think she had a kid yet. Um, she was like, we would go to the beach, we would hang out. She was low vibe. For a type A person, she was low vibe. She was a track person, like, she was a track runner or something. I think she was a theater kid or something. So, like, she was a very well rounded, like, try anything kind of person for herself, I guess. But she was very much like, if I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm like, I'm not you, girl. But I loved her spirit. And then a few years later, like during COVID lockdown or right after or something, she started a Instagram channel and she started talking about mediumship. And I'm like, wait, what? Male? And so it like when I heard her first story, I was like, that's why we connected. And I still had not yet connected with me. I just knew I had premonition dreams. But it was just like, oh, that's why we connected. Like, oh my God, you're different. I love you. Anyway, so that's why I follow her. So her channel again is called Mediumship with Mel, all one word. If you just need to check her out and see some of her readings and all that kind of stuff, it's like really good. But this is who I'm talking about. This is my coach, my teacher, is Mel. Anyway, so uh, I got lost. Um, okay, so coming back to Monique, right? Because I don't know where I am with this. Okay, so I see the angel with Monique, right? Yeah, girl, I do it in the payment plan, and I be like, listen, God, I need you to give me the money. Where's the money coming from? Like every month. Um, so I do it for 3 months. The payment plan is a 3 month payment plan. So I'm like, listen, God, you better. And I prayed about it. I'm like, do I take this class or not? And then I signed up for this other mediumship class. And I kid you not, I did not like it. I wanted to love it so bad, but it did not feel safe. Um, and so I had that class on. I had Mel. Well, I started that class first. So I had that class on Thursday. And then I'm like, I'm mad because as soon as I pay for this class, then Mel sends out an email about her. So I was like, oh, shit. So then I'm talking to my honey and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I really want to take it with Mel because I don't feel good on this class. And I thought it was just me because I was out of practice and I was getting things wrong. But then the very next week, I go to that class again and it was bad. Like that first week of that first class, it was just all learning, like writing and no practice. And then the second week, we do a little practice, and I'm rusty. And one of the persons I was practicing with, she was really rude, and I'm like, "Ugh, this isn't safe. This is what I was picking up. This isn't safe." If you get it wrong, like you're supposed to go, "Yeah, no, that's not it." But this other person was like, "Oh my God, why do people keep getting?" And I'm over here going, if people keep getting, then there's something you're not paying attention to. Like, why do people come up with the name Sam? Okay, so if I'm not the only person to come up with Sam, somebody else has come up with the name Sam around you. There's a Sam around you. But she was just so unsafe. And I was just like, I can't, I can't, I can't. And then the very next week, I was like, I don't want to go. And my stomach hurt. And I didn't go. Well, luckily, because I was trying to talk myself into going. But luckily, that's when my friend had orientation for her job. So I was like, can't go. Sorry, I have an orientation. Um, and then apparently they had talked kind of bad about me. They were like, oh, we thought we scared you off or blah, blah, blah. I was like, uh, no. I had to sit in my feelings like, is this ego? Is this? So then when I went back for the other one, I'm like, no. And then that class was like pretty okay, pretty decent, but it was still too much writing, not enough practice. And I was like, I don't like this. And so that last class I ended up missing too because I had to work, and I was okay with that. But it was a huge loss of money. Oh, okay, okay. So we'll see what that's about, Suze, because we're gonna do yes no questions in a second. Anyway, so but Mel's class is such a safe space. That's why I'm telling you this. So I felt safe enough to say what I was saying is basically it. So I'm like, girl, I don't know why I'm seeing an angel. And then she was like, oh my God, I've been seeing angels since I was 4. Just to recap. I was seeing angels since I was 4. I never really saw spirits. I had to teach myself how to see spirits, whatever. I'm like, how the hell you do that? But okay. Um, so once she like validated like it was an angel, I was like, okay. And so then I heard like you're to be the balm of the spirit. I'm like, I don't say things like balm of the spirit. So I wrote it down. I wrote like, balm is like calming, like balm. Like if somebody's having like, y'all know what a balm is. Like if somebody's having, let's say a burn or something, it's a salve that you put on it. So it's like to soothe the spirit. So it's like balm of the spirit. I was like, okay. And then, and it was so weird, right? So as I was talking to her, now, okay, let me back up real quick. So when I saw Michael Jackson, Donna Summers, Louis Gossett Jr., and even Diana Ross. With Diana Ross, I was like, oh, she's not dead. Don't show me her. Um, but when I saw her, and then when I apparently saw Amy Winehouse, which was crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. When I saw them like this. Michael Jackson was right up front. Donna Summers was over here. No, Donna Summers was coming in. I'm like, she's not dead, Michael. What are you doing? Because I don't know if she's dead, Because I'm thinking it's the lady who just did a Kennedy Center. Who's the lady who just did a Kennedy Center? I Will Survive. Is that I Will Survive? What's her name? Oh, she was a Pointer Sister. I think she was a Pointer Sister who went to. No, that's not Donna Summers. Roberta Flack? No. Who the hell that was that went to the Kennedy Center with that guy, the orange man? Well, not even because it was AI, but with that guy. Who is the black lady? The frick is her name? Hold on. I think she's a Pointer Sister. Gloria Gaynor. Thank you. I could not remember her name, but I had got Donna Summers anyway. So it was more of I couldn't picture her face. Damn it, you died. I was trying not to let my laptop die. Um, so Gloria Gaynor, thank you. Because I'm crossing them. I'm getting them wrong, right? Well, I saw Glory to God. I was like, wait, what are you doing? So, um, so uh, Donna Summers, I was crossing her with Gloria Gaynor because I'm like, does that mean that's Donna Summers? I'm like, does that mean she has dementia? Because that would explain why I see her. Because I can see people with their spirit and dementia. Apparently, I'm learning a lot about myself this year. Um, but anyway, so no, Donna Summers. So I'm like, no, she's alive because I'm thinking the lady in the community center. So no. So yeah, so I was like, Donna Summers not dead. I don't think because I'm seeing like the Kennedy Center picture. I'm like, no, I don't think she's there. But anyway, I'm like, okay. And then when he gave me Diana Ross, I was like, wait, she's not dead either. But so he was like bringing them in. Okay, so so Michael was here, and then he was like bringing in, like, I was starting to get a face. That is Donna Summer's face, though, because it looks kind of like Kelly Rowland's. So that is Donna Summer's face. I just had her mixed up with that other lady. So I see her doing this, and then he's starting to bring Diana. I'm like, that's no, she's still here. Um, and then so then when I saw Louis Gossett Jr., he was here. So Michael was here, Louis was here, and then I guess Amy Winehouse and the black version of her that she was before, because I never got her name necessarily. I wrote Joanna, but whatever. And it was Annie or Joanna, and I was like, okay, I don't know which one it is. So she was here. So I had them in specific places, is what I'm telling you. But when I got the angel like dropped in, and then as I'm talking to her, Monique, as I'm talking to Monique, I start seeing grass, like, the long grass. And then I'm looking this way because I'm walking down the path because it's like grass, like the tall grass, but not like green grass, but like the brown grass that's out on beaches, right? And like how you walk through like a rickety fence, like a wooden like fence thing, and then there's a sand, and then this is what I'm seeing. Okay. And this is coming in pretty sharp, but it's kind of like going off of something I've seen before. So it's like I can fill it in if I've seen it before. So we're going there and we're going to the water. So my face is following the path, and I'm doing this the whole time, like the path. And then I get stuck here because I'm trying to go back because I'm like, wait, we're supposed to be reading mediumship spirits, but I'm not reading mediumship. I'm reading an angel. An angel's not a dead spirit, So I'm like, but I got stuck here. Like I tried to move my head, and it was like no, and I'm stuck here. So okay, so I'm following this path. I see the path. I see the sand. I see the water. It's a beach. It's going up and down. I'm like okay, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing like spirits like rise, and then I'm seeing like a spirit come down, and I'm like wait, what's happening? And so I'm telling her. And I hope she doesn't mind sharing. I don't think she will. Because honestly, this is the next chapter for her. Yeah, Donna Summers died. Yeah. So I'm telling her, look, my head is going back here again. It's like, okay. So I'm seeing the beach. I'm seeing the path very clearly over here. And I'm telling her, like, oh, the message I got for her immediately was like, stop playing. I'm like, wait, angels don't talk like that. Look, I'm getting chills again. I'm like, stop playing. It's like, no, you're meant to expand. So it's like, you need to expand. Like, you need to stop. Like, mediumship is not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be expanding now. And it's like, and like, I saw like her Akashic book and I saw the page turn. It's like, new chapter. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting chills all up and down my body. And so I'm seeing this though. Okay, it's a new page turn. I got it. So I'm relaying the message. I don't even have it written down because I got stuck looking. Like, look, there's nothing written down past like Law of the Spirit. Stop playing small. And then I wrote astral. And then I wrote a couple of things here. But this I wrote afterwards, like when we started doing feedback. So this is all I got. I only got like 2 lines for her. She gave me all this when she read for me. Like she gave me all of this. Okay. So I'm like, oh man, damn. So I'm stuck in this angel. Like I'm reading her for 17 minutes and I'm reading this message basically from this angel. And it's a big angel, obviously, because it's like coming down. Like I got stuff to say. I'm like, okay. So and I'm stuck over here seeing this vision of this beach. Um, and I'm like, okay, so you need to stop playing small. And she's making affirmative noises like she got it. So I'm like, okay, good. Because I feel like I'm insulting her. And then on top of that, Mel is so gifted at mediumship. Oh my god, y'all. She's so gifted at mediumship. It was so freaky how she did this the first time that I took class with her. But she'll come in, she'll sit in with you, and she can blend with the spirit that you're talking to. And she is because she's giving you the same thing. And she'll be like, no, Shaneequa, you're in the right place. Keep telling her. But how does that go with what she's looking for? And she's like, oh my god, this character is so funny. Or she'll be like, you got 2 of them, right? And I'm like, I do, because I can see that. I'm like, all of a sudden, like I'm like, oh, okay, clearly, because I'm getting 2 different things. I'm like, why am I getting 2 different people? But I'm thinking it's the same person, and she's like, no, they're 2. And then it's like, oh, it's like I wasn't realizing I get people in different places. So I would be doing this and then doing this, like, it's weird. So I'm getting people in different places. So this is one of the things I have to learn. Because your gifts, you have to like start paying attention to how your gifts manifest. Like, what are you doing during them? And I'm slow with this stuff. Okay. So anyway, so she's that gifted that she can come in, see what you're doing, guide you, and like, yep, you're correct. Keep going. It's amazing gift. But she's very laser on her mediumship right now. Um, like she's one of those perfectionists in a way. So she like perfects her gift first. And I think she's just gonna grow and acclaim with her mediumship abilities. Like she's starting to do podcasts and stuff. So you might see Mel do podcasts. Her name is Melissa Farr. Pharr. Anyway, so I'm still over here. I'm still looking over here. I'm still looking at the beach. I'm still looking at this path. And I'm going, but like, and now mind you, my conscious self is saying, this is not the homework. Like, I'm supposed to be talking to you about dead people, but I'm not getting dead people for you yet. All I'm getting is this angel. And so I'm telling her, and I'm like, stop playing small. You're supposed to go big. I see expansion. Matter of fact, I see like light, and it's weird because I'm just seeing light say grow, and then I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this word, but this word's not proper. Uh, Astral planing, like astral walking, and I'm like, wait, no, wait, hold on. You're supposed to be, and then it's like, what did she do for you? And I went, oh. That's why when I realized my messages weren't mediumship messages necessarily. They were, but they weren't. I was like, what were those messages about? Oh, wait, you're telling me about me. Oh, wait, you're telling me about my gift. Oh, wait, you're telling me about what I'm supposed to, like, how I'm gifted to be here. Like, what this is, I'm supposed to be doing. Star seed, angel, ancient wisdom, healing people. Whoa, 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 wait a second, hold on. Oh, so, and I'm just like understanding, still looking at the freaking beach, girl, yes. So I'm still looking at the beach, and this woman is amazing with her mediumship gift, but it's being so diminished in spirit. Like, I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to be doing mediumship. Like, girl, you are stuck. I'm like, matter of fact, I even said, because it came out my mouth, and I guess it was like coming as an angel was saying, it was like, I don't even know why she did this class. And I was like, girl, I'm hearing, I don't even know why you did this class. You didn't need this class. It was so weird. Because she was already an established medium. So I'm like, I don't, and I can't remember because in the beginning, we were asked, like, why did we do this? Because this is my second time taking the class, and I'm not going to be a medium for people, at least I don't think so. Um, and, but I wanted to be comfortable with my gifts so I can help my children with their gifts. Like today, I had a conversation with my second son, and we were talking about his reading and his abilities, and stuff. Like my son could walk in your dreams. It's crazy. I won't tell the story because we're already on too many tangents. I thought I was on Adderall, but apparently, it's still here though because I'm still cotton mouth. Uh, but it is wearing off because I did take it at 8. But anyway, so I'm still over here. I'm still looking at the beach, and I'm over here like, and I'm telling her while looking at the beach because I'm getting the connections, and I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, and I'm trying to turn, and I can't. I'm like, ugh, okay. So, and I'm telling her, you're supposed to go bigger. You're supposed to do this, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, that should be the message. Nope. Okay, we're not done, right? So I'm like, still looking at this doggone beach, and I'm like, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? And then I'm seeing like I said, the ascension. So I'm seeing like a spirit go up. I was like, all right, so you're supposed to be elevating. Okay, cool. And I'm like, wait, but this feels like spirit. Wait, this is spirit. This is like, because I'm, how you see like the drawings of spirits like elevating out of a body. But I'm like, these people aren't dead. So these people are alive. So why are their spirits leaving? And then I'm like, wait, but okay. And so, but I'm talking it out, right? No, this isn't my reading. This is what I was doing for somebody. And I'm talking it out for her because I'm trying to understand it because I don't understand what I'm saying. Like I've never read an angel entity before, and they're like, nope, she's gonna get this right. So I'm seeing this, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to be leading people. You're supposed to be leading them to the beach, and then I'm getting okay. So you're supposed to be helping them without medicine. Wait, because I'm like, I plan to do an ayahuasca journey. But you're supposed to be helping people without plant medicine. Hold on. How are you doing that? So I'm over here just saying this out like, okay, how do you do a spiritual ascension without like some kind of psychedelic or whatever? Right? And I'm like, and I just keep getting no without plant medicine. I'm like, so okay, so you're supposed to be helping people with their spiritual reconnection. Oh, so then I'm like seeing the spirit go up, and then I'm seeing the soul come down. So I'm like, oh my God, you're supposed to be helping people reconnect their spirit to their soul so they can get back in their path. Wait, hold on. No, breathwork was part of it, right? And then I'm like, well, wait, hold on, wait, what are we doing? And then I'm like, oh my God, okay, no, you're supposed to take them into the water. Oh, you're supposed to be helping them release, girl. And I'm seeing like people like, boo crying, like releasing. And I'm like, wait, okay. So you're supposed to be guiding them on a journey of releasing so they can take the journey of reconnecting with themselves. And so I'm like telling her this, and I'm like, and like you have them like chanting or something because it's without medicine, so it's got to be something hypnotic. I'm like, wait, they're chanting, and then I'm seeing the souls. So, oh, you're supposed to be guiding the journey back to themselves. Wait, hold on, what? And I'm like looking at all this, and I'm seeing all this go up, and I see this come down, and I'm like, wait, what? And then I get, wait, what's your name? Right? I'm like, wait, what does Monique mean? And she's like, I don't know. I said, I need you to look it up right now. What does Monique mean? And so she looks it up. Like we paused long enough. Like I was released a little bit to look this way. And I'm like, what does it mean? And she's like, I don't know. I said, I need you to look it up. And so she's looking it up and she's like, girl. I was like, what does it mean? She said, advisor. I went, oh, what's your middle name? And she said, Marie. I said, okay, look that up. And she looked it up. It means star of the sea. So she's the advisor. And like I told you, like the angel, like on the tree, like the star of the tree. So she's an advisor who's supposed to be leading people to the water to have their own emotional release, their trauma release in the water through breath work, through chanting, through crying, through whatever else goes on in the water. And then help them reconnect from their spirit to their soul so that they're back realigned to what they're here to do because they're needed, right? Because of the time that we're in. How evil is in balance. So these people are needed. They came here for this. And and I was telling her, like, and one of the other things I was getting, like, but I see you ascending. Like I see you becoming a master. I was like, what does that mean? What do you mean ascending to become a master? So I'm like speaking this out and I'm like, I don't know. But I see you leading them. I see you teaching them. So when she said her name, y'all, we both were like, and she's like, I'm 60 years old. I have never looked up my name. I was like, girl, what? And so then I see the people like reconnecting with their spirit. I see them leaving the water. And then I'm like, okay, so they're reconnecting, they're releasing and reconnecting. And then you lead them back and they're aligned. And now I can turn because I'm watching them walk back up the path. And I'm like, girl, you got some big work to do. And it ain't this mediumship thing. And then I was like, wait, hold on. Nope. The mediumship is part of it. And I'm like, oh, what you just did for me. Okay, so you are to use your mediumship to help them invoke their loved ones, who will then guide them to the sea and be with them in protection and reconnection. Holy crap. Like I had the chills all the way up my scalp, bro. And they just would not stop. Like I'm still getting them. Like they're still waving through me. And that's when I got released to look back at her. And I went, girl, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be reading one of your spirits and stuff. She's like, no, you don't understand. She was like, um, I'm in tears. Like, I knew I was supposed to be doing something. And, she was like, I was told that mediumship gets to be my bread and butter for a while, psychic mediumship, but I feel the shifting. Oh, that's the other thing I was telling her. I was like, I see this path and you're trying to go straight, but this path is veering. And um, but you keep trying to go straight. It's time for you to veer. It's time for you to turn. And that's when I saw the book. I saw her turn the page in her Akashic Record book. It's like, it's time for you to turn the page now. And so then, like, she validated afterwards because we had to get feedback. And she was like, my numerology is an 11, which is a master number. And I was like, oh, that's why I use master. Okay. And then she's like, and I do astral plane. Like, I astral walk and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. And then she said, and I'm a vocal channel, but I don't put that out there for people that I do them through why are you turning my head again? I don't know. Release me, please. Um, that she's a vocal channel, and so like I don't know what that means, but I know to use her voice because I was telling her use her voice, and then like the chanting and stuff like that. And then she said she went to a psychic a while ago or whatever, and they told her that she was, and she's like, you might not believe this, but they told me I was Queen of Atlantis, and that I held on as long as I could while the place was sinking. And I went, those are the souls you're reconnecting. Those are the souls you're reconnecting, are the other people of Atlantis. And I went, wow, oh my God. And it was just crazy. It was wild. And I was like, I've never done this before. This is wild. So yeah, I connected to whatever angel that was. It was wild. It's like when I connected to that girl's grandmother who was a water spirit who wanted to try out an earth life. Oh my goodness. And then that's the other thing. I kept like crying, but not crying. I kept like releasing water out my eyes. Um, it was just so many chills. It was like so crazy. And it was like amazing. And I was like, girl, you playing small. And it was just so beautiful. So while I don't know what to do, I was able to at least tell her that she's on the right path, but not really, you know. And that's so interesting. And that she's supposed to be helping people, like an angel guide, like connecting with her angel or something. I don't know all those things. I don't even know what a Lemurian is, but I wonder if that is a water people. Because, like I said, I couldn't call her grandmother a mermaid. I said it's like a mermaid, not this one, but the other lady I read. I was like, it's like a mermaid, but I'm like, but mermaid don't fit. Lemurian actually feels a little closer because I was like, it's like a siren. But I'm like, siren's not it either because those are ugly people, according to like legend and stuff. So if a Lemurian is a water person, then maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. You had tears too. Like, I don't understand that. Is it because it's so beautiful and pure that it's coming, like it's an angel message? Like, is that why? Because I'm like, I'm not crying. I'm not sad. But it's just like the whole time I'm telling her this and I'm like stuck over there. And then I'm like, finally, they let me go, when I could see that her purpose is to be reconnecting people back to their souls. These people who will be lost every single life until they do it. Until they do it. And and that's one of the things she said too, is like the psychic she went to told her that this is her last life. And so she'll be ascending. And I went, oh my gosh. Well, at 60 years old, girl, it's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. All right. So speaking of time to get to work, let us get to work. Let's do some uh yes, no questions. So my people, if you are able to chat here in the room with me, that means that you are a subscriber. If you want to be a subscriber, you better go ahead and click that button real quick because I am only answering subscribers and my subscriber chat is 20 minutes. You have to be at least a subscriber for 20 minutes. You can't just hop on and hop off. So if you want a yes no question for the next hour, because I'll be up for a while. If you want a yes no question for the next hour, unless there are none, I will stop when there are no more yes no questions. If you want one, then you need to go ahead and ask the question. Okay. So, star. What? That's a big old yes, too. So, this is what we're supposed to be doing right now. The magician is a yes as well, even though it's in reverse, but reverses don't mean anything just yet. Where is everyone? I don't know. I'm East Coast. Yeah, just overwhelmingly powerful. Yeah, it was so powerful. Look, all these yeses. All right, so that's what we're supposed to be doing right now is yes, no question. There are other words in here, like for instance, the next one says no. This one says maybe. Um, so these are free for subscribers. So if you are a subscriber, and obviously if you've been a subscriber for at least 20 minutes, you'll be able to comment. So at this point, put in your yes, no question. If you are a paid subscriber over on Substack, and I know who they are, you can get a 2-card situation question. So Susie, will you stay in California once your girl graduates? I'm going to reshuffle because this right here says no right off the bat, but I was still shuffling while I was reading. Okay, so Susie, this is no. And this is an anxiety card of no. So I don't think this is you. Because then the Fool card came out. That's a yes card, but that's in reverse. Then the Ace of Wands came out. And then the Fire came out. And these are 3 yeses. But that's something different. That's talking about a different journey. So I don't think that's you. But let me ask that way. Will I stay in California once my girl graduates? Now, Susie is one of my subscribers over on Substack. So we're going to do a 2-card question. Well, 3-card question, I guess. All right. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I will put it this way. If you don't get into operating in your own gifting, the answer will be um, yes, but you won't be happy. Because the first card I saw was the Ace of Cups in reverse, which is a yes card. So there's a yes to it, but it's not of happiness. It's of creative block. It's of spiritual block. So that's a like, yeah, you'll be there, but I ain't gonna be happy with it. The other one is a yes here. This is the driving energy. Um, so if this is a yes, this will be because of action, because you're taking charge of your own life. So Callie feels like a yes to you. I think it's Callie they're cheering, right? But okay. And then the Wheel of Fortune was a yes too. Okay. So let me figure out why these energies are yeses. Um, I think because something else is going to come around. It's okay because the High Priestess was right behind it. I don't mean to do a full reading for you, but girl, hold on. These people are telling on you because I got the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Judgment card, and the Seven of Pentacles card. So, oh, child, and the Ace wanted to be seen. Girl, all these shit say yes. 3 of Pentacles say yes. This is if you're doing what you're called to do, honey. This is doing if you're doing what you're called to do. But the thing is, you're saying Callie. Callie's big. I feel something more. I'm up. I don't know. Something different. Where do you live now? Are you in the up? Because if you're in the up, then that means you're going down. If you're in the down, that means you're going up. If you're aligned. If you're aligned. So because this right here is when you're out of alignment, which is where you are currently, by the way. So this is being spiritually blocked, not allowing for the unclog because it's an emotional problem. Yeah, it's definitely a beach, honey. I see water. It's definitely a beach. Um, so it's there, and this is also telling me like bad relationships here, bad communication, bad messaging, um, lack of opportunities, lack of growth. So these both are talking about lack of growth, and then not being financially where you want to be because of you not growing in your own spirituality and following your yes. You got to start following your yes. Yeah, you're absolutely out of alignment. Um, and you're going to lack growth. And it's because you also are avoiding conflict. So you're not using your voice enough because um, you got to help that inner child of yours understand that somebody fights for her. Um, but also, uh, there's going to be financial insecurity there because you're out of alignment. Because you'll never get to really enjoy the kind of life you want while you're while you're out of alignment. And because money will make you complacent, um, it will not be where it needs to be until you get in alignment. So, getting alignment is what's important, because when you get in alignment, this is when you get the Knight of Swords, charging full ahead. This is communication, this is air, this is unclogged. You know what I mean? So, this is ambition, action, decisive. You got to start being decisive, because, again, like I said, we had a Wheel of Fortune here. So, this is turning and getting in alignment. And this is hidden, but this is about your intuition. So this is about the powers of you, the being of you that is hidden. I'm still leaning into the spiritual exercise, because it's interesting. I was about to say spiritual yoga, but I know you do the Pilates. But I think it's a full thing, spiritual wellness kind of thing, because there's a rebirth and awakening waiting for you here. And then that's going to grow your money. That's going to grow your finances. And it's also like about your own values being unearthed. Um, and so again, there's remembering your spirit is one thing. Um, and the other thing too is allowing yourself to grieve. I don't think you're grieving. So you need to allow yourself to grieve. I get it, because there's some betrayal here, girl. Oh, big, 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 big betrayal. So you got to allow yourself to grieve it. I don't think you fully allow yourself to grieve. And it's not necessarily just a romantic relationship. This is all the relationships. Um, because okay, it's kind of like what I'm going through. This big old shedding of people. Like, I'm down to like a handful of people. And in real life, I'm down to my family and like one friend, like that I can go over their house. Um, my other friend lives in Georgia, so I'm down to tight knit of people. And then you guys actually expanded my world. So my community got a little bit bigger, and then I have my cupcakes, which is 5 women. But like I said, one of them lives here. The other ones live in different places. One lives in Cali, one lives in Texas, one lives in Virginia, one lives in Tampa. So they're all in different places. So like my here, I have nobody really. So I think that's what you're going through, is the shedding, and the shedding is good. But the grief of it is the grief of it is different, because in your grief you have to understand what's still remaining. You have to understand that you still have full cups, though. That's the thing. So it's like, don't pay attention to just that side. You still have full cups. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's fine, because y'all know, you know the words reason, season. Some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in your life for a season, and some people are in your life for a lifetime. You're just meeting lifetime people. Like, I think some of y'all are going to connect for real in real life. Like, I feel you. I see like a road trip. Some of y'all are going to connect in real life, like in Cali. It's like road trip. It's like freedom. It's like top down, like that kind of thing. It feels like almost Carly, like you and Carly connecting, Jen. You know, like I see that coming together. So there will be some of these that are going to come in person. We'll eventually meet in person, but there are some of you that are going to be like person people. So you have to remember what's actually standing up, and while you're grieving, let the real grief happen, but also remember there's joy in grief also. There's joy in grief also, because if you remember my Ace of Cup card that I'm divining, I'm putting together with my Ace of Cup card. Um, you got to find joy in the rain, joy in the grief, right? So let me show you that card again for anybody who didn't see. Um, that's why I love that card. I love that card so hard. You see her? So that's my Ace of Cup card that I'm creating. So you have to remember, in rain, rain is balm for the soul. Water, especially if you're a water spirit, water. Okay, so that's I'm starting with the aces first, and then I'm gonna see how the rest of it is. Um, but anyway, Lavender Sister Tour, yes. Okay, so that's the other thing, is like you have to remember that part. Is that there's still silver linings even in the grief. So love that rain. Love the fact that you're shedding. Um, because people who cry for release don't get sick like that. No cancer. Like, that. There's joy in the grief, honey. For real. Okay. So let that shit go. Okay. And even when it come up, you be like, thank God you're not here for the rest of my trip. Cause you would have just been holding me back. You would have been an anchor. Okay. So let that spiritual lady out. Um and live in the rebirth of it. Like have uh I've heard of this card like in the reverse being doubt. So in this upward, what does it look at? Confidence. There we go. Be confident in your reawakening. Because honey, it's right around the corner. I ain't mean to give you a big old reading. But this it, and I'm getting chills down my legs. This it had to be done. So, yeah, girl. And then don't forget the big old yes. Especially as you find your voice and you use it more and you wield it more in truth and power. All right. So anyway, are you gonna see in Cali? Yes. You'll be in a different part of Cali. I see north. So I'm glad to hear that you actually live in the south because I see north. I see going up. So there's north and a beach. So north. I don't know what that is in California. It's California words, but north. Okay. Because I see close to, what is that, Oregon, Washington? So I see something like north. I see seasons. How about that? I see seasons. Um, and I know Cali's long, so I'm sure it has seasons somewhere. Um, okay, so this is really interesting because, and I didn't show you this, but I'm gonna go ahead. Because girl, when I say you have three arcana, oh shit, hold on. Okay, so I just moved them other three arcana majors off the top, right? Let me show you. So I just moved them off the top, right? Because I already showed you all this other stuff. Um, I just moved them off the top, and look what I got. So I got the moon. So there's some secret here that I hope it's not shame. If it's a shame, transmute that shame because put some light on it, honey. Because when you put some light on it, here comes your strength. So if there's some shame holding you back or something that you like hiding about, put some light on it. If there's something that you're not conversing about, put some light on it. Like let your freak flag fly, I guess. Because little baby naked and he running. And then this right here is strength. You will be strong. You will be able to wrestle that negative energy there. You'll be able to wrestle it. Okay, and I'm being told to look at this one because this was part of the ones that I took off the top. World. So yes, you're definitely going to be changing your world. There's different seasons in this too. So you'll definitely be changing your world. Oh, and that's what the Wheel of Fortune is also because I see a partnership here, right? So this is likely the friends coming, being together. And again, the they're surviving this. You will survive all this. But I will tell you, honey, there's some male energy around you. I don't know what that is, but it is a fair energy. It is the correct type of male energy. Leadership, authority, but fairness, logic. Um, maybe it's just going to heal that part. Maybe it'll be a therapist. I don't know. There's some male energy that's going to help heal that part. Ooh, okay. When you face your truth. Yep, there's a dude in the future. When you face your truth. Um, when you get into that new. Okay, girl. Anyway, so that wanted to be there for you. Okay. Whoa. But right now, yeah, you made some slow progress and like a movement. Again, it feels like because of the messaging you're telling yourself, flip those messages so that you can go a little bit faster. Okay. Oh, and there's the Queen of Swords. So we saw the King, then the Queen. Okay, girl. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's coming. So you said when your daughter graduates, uh, that's a little too slow. I will tell you that. Nope, that's a little too slow. This is in the movement already. Okay. So maybe it'll be by the time she graduates. but it could be before. And that way, when she graduates, you know where you're going. Okay, so something like that, something like that. But this feels a little too slow because it's Earth, but it's still a yes, so it's still gonna happen. You had a whole lot of yes cards about the move, about staying in Cali. You had way many yeses. Hey, boo! You had a whole lot of yeses. Look, another yes, child. You had a whole lot of yes, but you gonna be gone. You're going up. There's a beach, and it's close to them other states because it has seasons. All right, so okay, let's do a yes. No, Jen. Should I continue living in my parents' home that I've inherited here in SC? Okay, Jen. And quick question: are you allergic to South Carolina? Pollen, something in the air, something. It feels triggering. Maybe that's where all these migraines coming from. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I will say I think you're allergic because that's a yes for my allergy. I think you're allergic to something there. Something's triggering there. Hmm. Okay. So something's allergic there. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay. So that's why I heard no, I guess. That's why I heard no. Because I'm like, there's something allergy there. Because this is your no. Um, mm, and then your lack of movements was making that a yes. But that's a no. Okay, so let me see something really quick. Because that flew out while I was doing that. All right. So, no, you're allergic to the house. So, you have a choice of what to do with it. Um, another ocular staircase after. Well, I don't know. What does that mean? Uh, 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 uh. Yeah. Working through. I can tell you, Jen. I was looking at the sunflowers of that sun card, and I'm like, is she going to Cali? Breaking trauma, leadership. She loves to put you in your place. Mm-hmm. Let her stand up gently and walk away. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a song. Okay. Yes, yes. Um, I'm trying to go back to your question, Jen. Where the hell did your question go? Because I want to make sure that I ask it correctly while I'm reading. Do, 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 do. Okay, there's Susie's question. Okay, should I continue living in my parents' home that I've inherited here? Okay, I, I get no right off the bat again. Um, I'm kind of hearing rent it out, but you can't rent it out with mold. So there must be renovations that's going to take place or selling it. No, I feel like it stays with you. It feels like it stays with you. So renovations are going to need to be done. But for you to live there, no. Uh, I honestly feel like you going to Cali. Um, ooh, what I said. I honestly feel like you're going to Cali because no, because this house, while it was a great gift and things, it's not a great gift. It gives you bed problems. So that's a no. And then you have the Sex of Swords means move, girl. So, no. And then there's a death card again here. And you're being trapped. And these are air cards. So that's stuff in your air. So that's being you trapped. Mm-mm. So, inheriting a card felt like it was a victory, but in fact, it's like a tower. So no, girl. You gotta get rid of the house. I don't know how. Let me see if it's a rented out or if it is a sell it. It was like the age of Aquarius. Ooh. Oh. That's a family card. That's a yes card, but I ain't asked totally yet. These are two yes cards. One is it that you feel like an obligation to keep it? Because this is a yes card, but it's in reverse. Um, the A is the sword of truth. So this feels like I just want you to know you're not under any obligation, no kind of duty whatsoever. There's freedom, there's family, there's community. That's actually what you need. And that's the water. It's calling you. I know South Carolina has its own water, but this is calling you. Um, because the air is not good for you. Okay, so is this selling? Yeah, it's definitely making you sicker, honey. Now I'm asking, is this selling? Because this is the hard work card, and I was saying in my head, let me see if she's supposed to sell it. Show me a pentacle. Well, it's in reverse, so I don't think this is a selling. I think this is a renovating because it needs work. So this is a renovating and then a renting. Yeah, because if you sell it, you'll feel like you let your family down, maybe. Um, but also, this feels like renting. Yeah, this feels like renting. Just renovate it because it needs renovating. It needs hard work. Um, so maybe take out equity and then put it together like that, like fix it. Okay, that could explain the family card, but your aging sister. Okay, she doesn't actually feel like she wants to move. No, it's a rent. It's a rent. So pull some equity out, get your house fixed. Just be very diligent in who you hire. Be very diligent in who you hire because you don't want to be a fool. Um, but yeah, I don't think the sister wants to come with you, but it's the live your life thing. So have the conversation with her. Ask her, would she be willing to move? Because some of the money you pull out of equity can let you move. Ooh, it's silly. Actually, she might. You might think she won't, and she's like, yes, because here's another water card. Ooh, and it's a new journey, girl. Okay, okay, this feels good. They're both yes cards, air and water, by the way. This is a yes air, but with the sun and some cliffs wherever Susie's going. The cliffs and the beach. Okay. So have the conversation with your sister. See if she would be open or interested to moving. If not, it's still a live your life. You can take care of her by pulling enough money out of the thing, but also some of the rental income could go towards that after you get it all nice and spiffy. Oh, because it's a new journey. So you're on a new journey, babies. So basically, if you want some fresh hell, you got to get the hell up out of there. Just saying. Not renovated for you to stay there. You renovated for income that'll help you take care of your sister as well. Okay. Oh, yes. See, because I don't know, she's kind of in bad health. But if you don't, like, you're gonna be in prison, and you'll probably get sicker, and you'll probably scar your lungs with it too. Okay. Going back to Cali. Okay, hold on. Do your astrocartography. I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm not speaking on it. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you that I'm not speaking on it. But you know what card this is. Um, I don't. I'm trying to hold on to what that means because you did get the partnership card. So there's you and there's Susie. Susie had the partnership card too. Uh, Somebody telling you some guilt trip. This feels like about it. This feels like a guilt trip. Somebody telling you something. Okay. So yeah, Jen girl, that's what it. Ooh, seasons, girl. Time has changed. Time is ready to change. Are you ready to change with it? Yeah, boo. This is what we about. We are about growth right now. Like we can't give up our lives. Can't give up our lives. Everybody got to live their own. You know what I mean? Hello. Okay. So let me go back. Angela. Da, 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 da. Okay, y'all my OGs, so I don't mind giving y'all a fuller reading. Do, 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 do. Angela, where did your question go? Will I stay in California? Okay, will my G baby go to the camp in San Marcos for teens? Okay. What's your G baby name? Will my G baby go to the camp in San Marcos for teens? I need her first name. Okay, no guilt trips allowed. Angela, what's your G baby's first name? Oh, okay. Is it Lady? Okay, really cool though, because there's a lady here. Strength card. This is a yes. Tame the beast. True strength is not in brute force; it's in the power of the soul, which lies in vulnerability. Did she have to write like an essay or something about this? I don't know, girl, baby girl. Absolutely. Save your yeah. You'll be saving your own life if you heed the warnings that your spirits are giving you. Um, Okay, this is really interesting. No, she's a juvenile. We're having issues. Okay, so here's the thing. There are issues, right? So there are, right? The non-celebration card. So I'm trying to see if that's that. Um, and then the Hierophant, which is about conformity, morality, ethics. So honestly, it's about following the rules. So that explains that. But there's strength here. And it's interesting because I'm like, this is a yes card. However, um, it's more of this lady learning to tame her her demons. Um, she needs help. She has secrets. She has secrets. And it feels like a secret pain, a secret trauma. Because there's something here not celebrating, not there's a disharmony, there's an unstable home life, there's a lack of community, there's instability here. This feels like a trauma or a secret that's not spoken of. There's no outlet here. Uh, and that's why you're having trouble. But she's a very strong lady. She's a very strong woman, um, young woman. Um, I think she's going to be okay. But the rule is you have to face your demons and you have to tame them. So this is what she's being told. So this may be what's in her past, what's going on. She does need help, but the help is not necessarily um, going to be found in any kind of thing that doesn't actually help kids. They don't actually help kids, you know. A lot of them don't, um, unless they're lucky with the person who goes there. So, um, okay, there's definitely journaling here. Babes, there's something male that I don't like, and I think it's around her home. Maybe somebody who's come through it, maybe somebody who is in it, maybe somebody who's been in it. Um, maybe somebody who's a close friend, or it's supposed to be a close friend or family friend or something like that. There's something here that is wrong. A secret that she's keeping, a trauma she's keeping. Um, there's something wrong here. There's something she's not sharing. And it has to do with this male energy. Because we had the Hierophant male energy, and now we're having the Emperor male energy. And they both were in reverses. So I just had your brother pop in my head. Like he's looking out for her, but he's communicating that yes, that's what's going on. Yes, that's what's going on. Mm. Okay, I'm not gonna filter. This is something I'm learning right now. Oh, okay. Yep, yep, yep. All right. So I got the Judgment card in reverse. This is going by what I'm saying. It could also be something with her sexuality and feeling like she can't be herself, and that's why the home life is upside down. So there's that possibility too. So I don't want to put on abuse for her. Just know there's two possibilities here, but they both deal with some kind of. But they both deal with her carnally. I'll just say. So it's either she's been abused, or it's either she feels alone, like no community, because it's her feelings. So it's something to deal with that, because it's a judgment thing. And so it's like fear of change, denial, self doubt, resistance to transformation. So either someone's saying something bad about her, being very, you know, strict, or even something she kind of absorbed, like from church or something, right? If we're going by that Four of Wands too, that's a possibility of church. So it's like I'm getting this message that I'm evil or something. So it's one of those two things. It's one of those two things, but it's causing her to act out because she's not feeling accepted by the family. Okay. So it's at four of wands and 10 of pentacles. This is something family home life. Um, so either path is difficult, right? The other thing too is it could also be a cross path. But either way, we're dealing with something about something she's actually experiencing. So there's a secret there. Let me see. Is there a secret? Is there a secret that she needs to share? And it's definitely an emotional one that's eating her up. So this is definitely a yes card. This is an emotional card. Um, Emotional sensitivity, something about love. So it could be who she loves, right? Like that kind of thing. Or it could be who has hurt her and abused her love. It's one of those two things. Okay. But it's definitely an emotional thing. Something here about the guidance, and again, not sharing this thing. But the sun is like, I want to see what's happening. I need you to shine some light on this. Um, because this will help give you some direction, some guidance, some hope, some faith, some things. And it says here, hope is the light that guides us through the darkness. So this is a dark period of her, but she can make a turnaround, especially because it's just juvie. But emotionally, yeah, emotionally, she's like, nobody's helping me, so I'm gonna be a badass. That's what that feels like. But your brother is looking out for her. But he's definitely saying, yeah, there's something here that needs to be dealt with. Something here that needs to be dealt with. Either accepted, like there's a balancing act here. So yes, something about prioritizing her feelings, her emotion, and letting her know she's valued. She's still valued. She's still important. And then we see a renewal. We see something with her being emotionally rebuilt. So, yeah. All right, lovey. Sorry. Youth is such a hard time, child. Oh, especially now. Oh my God. You're welcome, love. You're welcome, love. But as far as that place, I don't know. I just know like she can turn her life around is what I just saw at those last two cards. And honestly, your brother's like, yeah, she can turn her life around if she gets this, if she excavates it, if she like roots it up, like takes it out so that it's no longer eating at her. So that it's no longer eating at her and so that she can be released from this devil, child. She needs to be released from that devil that has a hold over her spirit. That betrayal. Yeah, there's some betrayal here. So I don't know if it's who she loves or who has abused her love. I can't make that out. All I know is it feels like betrayal, and it is a betrayal. And this plagues her mind a lot. It's embedded deep within her. Yeah, it has caused something within her to die, and likely she wants to. So she just got to know that she's valued, she's loved, and then she can be a queen bee, whatever that looks like. But growing back in emotional stability. Um, but it's definitely something to deal with the family, though. Uh, Either not being able to share it, or somebody in the family hurt her, family friend, family adjacent, or just feeling disconnected is what I'm seeing, babes. Okay, that makes sense. I got those two strong male authority figure. So that definitely makes sense. Now, what did he do? I have no idea. That I can't tell you. But there's definitely a betrayal there. It's definitely caused her to have a death inside. And this death feels like it makes her think about it too, her own. And, but I do see a release from the devil. It is coming if she can get to a place of emotional balance. And how does she do that? By someone sharing it with her and by her sharing it with someone. So she definitely needs help. But she needs help from someone who genuinely cares. And yeah, that's definitely a daddy energy there. And again, it's a hidden secret. It's something that needs light shown on it, a burden she's carrying by herself because of a manipulative man. And it's left her with no direction over her life. So, yes. Now, is it just him? I don't think so, actually. I don't think it's just him. I think it's a result of him also. Yep, because there's the judgment card again. So there's something in there, either how she feels about herself, who she actually is, whatever. I can't clearly go to which one that is. That's where conversation and relationship comes in place. So otherwise, she's going to keep making mistakes because it feels like she's in control of her life, but she's not. Yep. Okay. But yeah, let's not ignore the warning signs here. Somebody needs to come to her rescue. Okay. So in this energy, with your help, can she? Yeah, she's confused. It's a big thing. It's definitely the mind. So it circles her. It circles the drain. If we think about this as the light seers card, that is the over spiraling. That's the on and on and on and on. I don't know if she's neurodiverse because we can't shut up spiraling when we're neurodiverse, but there's definitely something there. And again, the burden that she's carrying, the recklessness with which she's behaving, and the way she just feels blocked and like useless. So that's definitely a thing. Definitely a thing for her that can be helped. It can be helped, correct? It can. Look at that. Temperance. Yes, ma'am. It's a maybe because we got to do the work, but it can be helped. Okay. Look at that. There's a chariot. There's some stability. There's the man. This is a stable man. There's some celebration. Yeah. But she's in some conflict right now, child. Hey, Q. All right, so let's call for the yes no questions before we get into Before we get into our political reading, we'll do a couple more for today. Ooh, any more yes nos? Ooh, yes, girl, you got some work to do, but it's gonna be worth it. It'll pay off. Ooh, yes. Look, it's in the upright. You do got work to do, girl. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Hi. Thank you. Do it, do it, do it. Do the work. Remember, she got to participate in the work, But she needs to know that people actually care so that she will participate. Because that junk is on her head and it's a secret. It's eating the shit out of her. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. Brother man, upstairs. Is there any help for your god niece, grandniece? He's the brother man. So the King of Cups, he's the emotional maturity. This is showing. This is showing. Okay. So I'm talking to brother man. He's in heaven. Because I was gonna say it's a no, but this is brother man. Brother man's in heaven, and the answer here is yes. Okay, and look at the celebration there, having community, feeling like she can talk to somebody. Ooh, do, 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 do. Okay, do, do, do. And that secret coming to light. Do, 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 do. Okay, whatever that is. I wonder if it is just anger at the dad. Is it just anger at the dad, or is that really actually a secret? Is there an anger at the dad? Is it just the anger at the dad? I asked two questions at once, so I'm gonna have to do this again. But I got the Temperance again, so there's a maybe. And then I got the Queen of Wands, which is kind of they call this the prostitute card. Okay. So she could be making herself feel worthless if she's active. Okay. Okay. That could be it. Because this was the self-worth card that was in reverse. So if she's active, if she's active girl, it's tackling her self-worth. Okay. Yeah. Well, look at rejuvenation. That's the kind of juvie she needs. She needs something that lets her feel rested, watched over, so that she can heal. Okay, and we got emotion cards again. Okay, so we got a page, and then we had a knight. The knight was in reverse, though. All right, so any more yes no cards? Any more yes no questions? I'm going to turn you all the way real quick. And then I'm going to mute you real quick. I got to blow my nose. Sorry, my eyes are leaking. Okay. Well, we're doing quick mini read because I had on my list yes no questions for subscribers. So, we're doing that real quick. And then, so does anybody have a yes no question before we go forward? Last call. Are you back on track? That's a interesting question. Q. Back in love, stride again. I'm just happy to be. Not yet. Yeah. There's still a little bit more work to do. Yeah, the emperor, something about structure, authority, stability, leadership. That's a no card too. Let's see. Is Q is Karkia be to be? Okay, is Karkia back on track. Girl, that's 2 no's. There's a no here. Something you're refusing to. Okay, because the overwhelm card is here, right? It's kind of like put them sticks down, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's her. It's like put these sticks down. Like why the F are you carrying them? They're not yours. Put them down. They're not yours. So there's something you're picking up, something that's a burden, something that's overwhelming. And part of it is messaging, right? Because ones are also messages. So there's still some unknotting, unlearning, unshackling of messaging to do here about something that's burdening you down. Okay, so it's not just you putting in work; it is you being burdened by stuff that's not yours to have. Put that shit down. That's one of the big things I'm getting here is put that shit down. And it's almost like you're refusing to learn that. It's like you're being handed this lesson from the celestials, from heaven, from God, and it's like, this doesn't look like I think it's supposed to look like, so no. And it's like, I tried, and you keep saying no. So what is it? So is Kirkia, is Q, is Kirkia back on track? You're out of balance still, honey. You're still out of balance. But if you get there, it's renewal. I mean, you're really at, you're literally at like crossroads. So this feels like it's right there. It's right there. I'm just happy to be. Ooh. Okay. This feels like I chills, chills, chills. I'm getting chills. Why am I getting chills? All right, Queen of Cups, honey. This who hit the table. She's a no card, but this deals with your spirituality. This deals with also still some cleansing of emotions because this quote stands out here. It says, "Be in your heart space before taking any decision, but don't be over emotional." Okay. There's something you're not supposed to be over analyzing, and it's something you're not supposed to be precious about either. If you want it, go get it, basically. But it's like check in first, make sure it resonates intuitionally, and then don't overthink that shit. If your intuition says, "Yep, that's ours," go do it. For real? Okay. Because here's the thing. You literally have spirit waiting to guide you. Like you have the stars. You're not being a wayfinder. Okay? You have the stars. They're there and they're waiting to guide you. It's like lean more into the faith of what you're hearing. Like if it's a yes, it's a yes. Don't overthink the yes. Don't talk about the rational ways of making the yes happen. I think I'm gonna quote you on this. But how is not your business? Because here's that moderation again, and here's that being stubborn. Like, it don't look like it's supposed to look like. Girl. Okay, that's why you keeping yourself in isolation. Ooh, who telling the truth? It's waiting on you, dog. It's being given to you, dog. Like, look at this. Hand again. Here. Hand again. Here. So it's not like it's not in the vapors. It's there. You just not you're not taking it. You want it fast. It's gonna be slow, baby. Water and pentacles. It's gonna be slow, baby. But it's about you planting the seeds to make it grow, baby. Oh, look at that. Grow in water. Mm-hmm. Silent night. Okay. I don't know. It came up with stop seeking the map. You is the map, girl. Yes, exactly. Wayfinder. Follow the stars. Okay. Listen, Moana is such a pivotal movie. I love that movie. Like literally, Moana. Yeah, that's why I'm getting it. Go watch it again. Listen to them songs. Da 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 da. It calls me. And I know how which way to go. I don't know the words, but go listen to the damn song. Listen to the song. Look at that. The world is your oyster, baby, waiting to be cracked, and you over here on the sidelines. The world is yours to conquer, but first you must decide which path to take. Mm-hmm. And it's about long-term goals, not immediate ones. That's why you got that Ace of Pentacles, child. Um, and then the water came back in. You got to do what you gotta do. Yeah, girl. It's gonna take time, but you gotta plant the seed, and you gotta be okay with that seed being planted. Because right now you feel incomplete. And don't get stuck on this indecision either. You are the map. Trust your into. Trust your into. Okay. Mm-hmm. All this feel. Ugh. See, all this fear is confusing your direction. Water, fire, steam, cloudiness. Yep. Okay. So there you go. Are you on track? No. You disconnected. Pick up the phone so that it could be a yes. And there's that community card. Aren't you a projector too? If you're a projector, yeah, you got to be connected. You got to be connected. Unfulfilled desires. Ugh. Which card in reverse? Nah, baby. You feeling like it's time to look into other timelines but your own. That's right. Well, way to go. Go listen to Moana soundtrack. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm getting that song for you. Uh-huh. Look at that lacking vision. You don't lack vision. You don't lack vision. You acting like it though. Okay. And you letting other authorities guide you that way. But look, accept it, move on. Accept it, move on. Girl, you're in a lot of water cards. And then you'll get your wish. Accept it, move on, and you'll get your wish. But water is slow. And here's the thing about water, which is intuition, by the way, and spirituality. But here's the thing about water. It wears things down over time. So it will carve its path, even if it keeps hitting up them nose. It will carve its path. Water puts that pressure, and it feels like it ain't doing nothing. But when you look back, it done made a grand king. I'm just saying. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was it. So it's definitely a community thing. Oh yeah, it's definitely a community thing. So, ooh, I don't like this lack of creativity, girl. Lack of passion, lack of leadership, insecurity. Okay, there we go. That's the insecurity word. Because you're the Queen of Wands, you're out of it. You're out of it. Fighting with your own self. You out of it. Isolating yourself. Girl, go find your community. Um, don't be afraid of some past shit. Because I see that betrayal and stabbing in the back. Don't be afraid of that past shit. Release yourself from that devil and move on, girl. Move on. Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, definitely find your community. Maybe reach out to like a community college or something. I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. But yeah, see, there you are again, coming back. Two queens. Ooh, okay. The community's somewhere, and it's like literally right there. That's all I can say. It's like right there. Mm. I just got Orlando. I know you don't live near Orlando, but I just got Orlando. There's something connected in there. There's somebody there. Maybe there's an event or something. Look to see what's happening in Orlando. I don't know if it's film community, but there's something community there that would light your fire. Maybe it's a Comic-Con. I don't know. There's something Orlando. I just got Orlando. Like a big Orlando. But this is bringing the two queens together. The creative queen and the spiritual queen together with no confusion. Okay. So then you might still have community there though. Or maybe that's where you pick it back up. There's something there. I don't know. There's something there. There's definitely something there. Because you're gonna have you're gonna find your tribe there. Three of Pentacles. Again, slow. But it's teamwork makes the dream work. Collaboration, teamwork, mastery, recognition. Yeah, there's something there, honey. Look, Queen of Wands. She said, yes, it is. So there's something in Orlando, honey. Okay. I don't know if it's the classmates or if it's just something else. Is it something else? Let's say yes or no. Is it something else? Girl, you and these pentacles, whatever this is a big ass success. There is something else though. There's something else. This is a big ass seed you're going to be planting too. There's something else. Maybe it's a meetup or something. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to bring this here and then we're going to keep it moving. I don't want to guess on what this is, but I'm getting chills with it. So you figure out what this means for you. But I got the death card down here. And I was instructed to read the thing. So the thing says, remember, there's always a new beginning after the end. There's always a new beginning after the end. So this is a transformative period for you, a rebirth. And there's a rebirth in something here with this Page of Pentacles. This Page of Pentacles energy, which is new, beginnings, explorations, being a student again of something about this life. Again, the Pentacles, right? So there's something new after this death. This death is like the chapter's closed. That's what I'm getting. The chapter's done. Whatever that chapter was that was open is done. You're in a new phase of life right now. And you need to be open to that. Be willing to be a student of it and to explore. Stop being afraid of exploring this because you're being called to it. So just follow the yes because there's a whole bunch of them. All right. Yep. Otherwise, you're going to be blocked creatively, spiritually, etc. Okay. And with that, we're going to end. Ooh. And then you get everything that you wish, girl. Everything that you wish. Yeah. After you make a decision. Yeah. Because after that, death comes, um, whatever you want. And if you don't, Ace of Cups. But I like this. That this is not the burnout. This is doing the work. Doing the work. Setting it up. Alrighty. Okay, y'all. Since y'all my OGs, I went ahead and gave you fuller readings. Ooh, hold on. And the celebration will be there, girl. Celebrate. Ooh, and then the star comes back. No doubting you. No doubting you. Keep going. Follow the stars. Ooh, Waymakers. Hey. What is that? Why she came back, y'all? Why she came back? Who came back? Boom. Boom. She came back. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into this spiritual stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Not spiritual stuff. Political stuff. All right. Okay, so first half was me talking. Well, first third of the day was me talking about my experience with my mediumship class and going through some inner growth and stuff. Second part of this was us doing our communities yes no questions. It was a little bit more involved. So for all you newbies to me, we don't get that involved on yes no. But these are my OGs. They've been here with me. Ooh, girls, what are we going on? Like 6, 7, 8 months. We've been together. And a lot of us came together because we were listening. Look what I found. It makes me sad sometimes to see stuff at like a thrift shop, but look what I found. And this is how some of us got together. Is because I caught COVID in September. And then we started listening to Kamala, her book, and we've been together. So thank you, girl. So some of us got together, what, late September when I caught COVID. And so I couldn't talk because I had the razor throat COVID. So I was like, I can't talk, y'all. So let's just listen to the book. And I just kept getting violations because we were listening to a book. Yeah, we listened to it over 3 days. Look, yeah, we got together. We got together. Look at our family. All right, so we've been together ever since then. Yes. Y'all remember we got together with Kamala, and then I had started talking about being a teacher and being an ADHD girl, and then some of us bonded that way. And yeah, yep, since about September. Yep, some of us October, but yep. All right, so okay. So now let's go back here. All right. Um, hmm. Code time. All right. So we kind of got into it a little bit with Pamela Joe, right? Um, and they probably gonna read her rights. But what I do know, and I love that somebody else pointed this out too recently. I think I heard it yesterday or something. But they were like, y'all, they're doing the work. They're doing the work. They're taking the notes. They're trying to make sure that when we do flip, that they hit the ground running. So it's not, oh, y'all just got in the office. No, baby, we've been putting these papers together because there's already a committee working on this. I told y'all they're doing the work. So whatever Pamela Joe's finna do, they gonna take note. All right. Yep. See, they put them down in pages with that fiery energy because they're gonna be ready to go. Okay. All this lawlessness is getting written down. All this lawlessness, okay, you think these pages don't mean nothing, but wait. They'll be back. Because they're going to come back around. Because when this thing turns upside down or right side up, we already got all the documents, baby. We're going to hit the ground running. Burn that shit. Okay. I know it don't look like nothing. I'm telling y'all, it's something. It's something. Okay? It's a big something. But I'm still scared of that dream. Because, it's a big something. Hold up. Because there's some recklessness and some foolishness is about to go down. And this big style. Because it's starting the journey. So, you know what's really funny? I love that Mr. Chainsaw, Mr. Doggy Dog, Mr. Hire 18-year-olds, Mr. Chat GPT. I love that he's going to be the reason the dominoes start falling. I love it. I love it. Because look at the walk away. Look at the Maca walking away. Which Maca walked away? Y'all know who she is. But she's causing other people to walk away. And guess who else is showing up here? King of Cups. Say what? That sounds like an executive order. Or it sounds like somebody who got some common sense. I'm not sure. Is this Carney? Possibly. I don't know. But what's Carney got to do with us? Um, mm, is he becoming leader of the new U nations? Hmm. Maybe a certain branch of it. I don't know. And then I see this fire thing. Oh, there's some burnout here. There's some burnout here. Mr. Man is overwhelmed because they're going to let him get caught. They're going to let, because he's too dirty now. They're going to let him get caught. He's way too dirty. Oh, oh man, look at that evidence. Look at that mischance. Look at that financial loss. Oh, somebody's caught. Somebody's hanging upside down. Somebody's tied to the devil. Y'all saw that. You sure did. Ooh-wee. That boy in trouble. Yes, he is, girls, because look who is behind the King of Cups. Look who behind the King of Cups. This is the spine growing, ready to bump them on the head. There are people getting their spine. Homegirl got her spine. All these interviewers are getting their spine. Some news stations are nervously talking about it, but they're getting their spine. Some of these walkaways are getting their spine. Y'all won't believe what's right behind the walkaway. Look what's behind the walkaway. Ooh, broken relationships and our favorite friend. The thing you've tried to delay, who said, I'm still on the way. Oh, yes. Schmellins. That feels good. That's, ooh, girls, you don't understand what's behind the behind the, look what's on behind the tower. The people. Rahu, hore, Rahu, hore, welcome, Christmas time. Yeah, all the who's in Whoville finna sing. Mm-hmm. Okay, because we will survive. Because we're gonna be the ones that survive the tower. Okay. Hey, King of Pentacles. You see that knight behind you? We ride at dawn. Okay. Because there's our broken social contracts. Because remember, we're talking about the people who walked away. So they are the fiery horse. They ride at dawn. Will her testimony be released? Interesting. Jen, we just suddenly had a quick reading about your favorite space boy being the weakest link. And I see some house women. This is my Jade, my Crockett lady, usually. I see some house women being powerful. People are growing in their spine. As said, many Big Mac have reached out to her to say that they're separating from it. And they want to know how to do it. Right, Sonny? Because she is brilliant at social media. Whew, she is brilliant. I swear, I watched another one today. I was like, oh my God, she is so good. Listen, she was on iHip. Y'all know the one where she's getting ready in her makeup and the green clothes. I'm always curious, like, okay, what interview is she getting ready for? Because her makeup was really nice in that green outfit. She was on iHip with that green outfit. So, girl, he's going down because he's TRAPPED. You see how France is like, oh, we were looking into this, but now we got extra. And then you see them being sloppy as hell. How the hell Paxton got the nomination? You know what I mean? And how you have fewer people out to VOTE is, I think that's what I'm getting. Um, Between the runoff than you did the initial primary, right? So, because I think they said it was something like 300,000 had chose between those two. Meanwhile, T Rico hit like a million VOTESs. So that look good right now, but y'all understand that we dealing with the stars, right? So, okay, we got to go back to mass, right? We got to go back to mass. That's why I wrote him down too, because I'm wondering. Okay, so he smiles like the Cheshire cat, right? Who caught the canary, but I wonder if they're using his contest. Because what's interesting? Okay, so David Manasco, um, he just did a video where he went to something in Tennessee, I think is where he is. He went to somewhere in Tennessee and he got to practice with the ESS machines, right? But the ESS machines, if you read the This Will Hold article way back yonder in September, the ESS machines were problematic because they were owned by a company that shouldn't own them. Meanwhile, I don't think David remembers that article, and I need to mention it to him. But I did say under his video, I was like, the ESSs, those are the ones that are problematic. And then some little white lady was under there was like, "You're wrong." I was like, "What part am I wrong about?" Because you think they're going to let you practice with some machines before we get together, that you're going to get the dirty machines? Or that practicing with a machine in May means that they won't alter the machine by November? Because if you read the This Will Hold article, they did updates in August. So you think what you do in May means that what you do in November gonna be the same? No, ma'am. No, sir. Don't be stupid. So I wonder. Ooh, I don't wonder. They're definitely taking a look at this. They're definitely figuring out the math. They're finally looking at the math because this is progress, foresight, partnerships. Your plans are coming to fruition. Oh my God, I'm getting so many goddamn chills. Your efforts are paying off as your success is on the horizon. Y'all, y'all, oh yes, because I saw lack of security, even though the word here is insecurity. And, wands are about creativity and stuff. So with this being a yes and that being a yes card in reverse, absolutely they're looking at that. Absolutely. They had to brag. You had Jay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, Carly. Like okay. But I mean, technically you could say it's circumstantial information, right? Because they don't out and out say it, right? However, you have dumbass who's in trouble with France, you know, um, whose place got raided, you know, um, who was supposed to go in person and did it. So, he's in trouble. He's just using too many specific numbers. So now it's like, is it really circumstantial? Because if a duck quacks and a duck walks and a duck snaps at you as it shits while walking, I hate ducks. It shit while walking. Then is it a pigeon? You know what I mean? And let's not count that, Pauline. Matter of fact, the date of that bet was after the date of Ashley's text message. Girl. All right. So, where are we going with this? Okay. Is T Mass? Ooh. There was some missed opportunity here because this is a yes card. Okay. So let me, another yes card. Again, in reverse. Okay. So they did do the shenanigans. But that's in Kentucky. How are they going to get those machines to check? It's in the tabulator. It's an anomaly that deals with tabulators. Not the thing that you push your button. That's the other thing. Um, the thing the guy went to in Tennessee, that David went to in Tennessee. These are you casting your choice. That's not where the problem is. The problem is the tabulator. So it's after you cast your choice. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My ADHD pills are wearing off. And it's like, girl, they sitting on it. Yes, it's the hash codes. It's all of that that's messing with it after. That's where the king information is because it lets you know how many went this way. Okay, let's swing it. After. And she comes back. She's watching. She's watching. Who is watching? Who is watching? Some data analyst is really watching. Somebody they believe in. Is this that Eric guy? Okay, let's go back. I still haven't found that screenshot. I should have looked for it again, but I haven't found it. So there was a screenshot where this guy named Eric, I can't remember his last name. It's a last name that we've heard before because I think somebody else has it. Um, Other person we've heard before, but I'll try to find the screenshot. Okay. But anyway, matter of fact, Rock Cognizance talked about it, but he talked about it way back in like November, December. So you'd have to find it of 24. So, ooh, girl, it's coming. They trying to delay this, but this shit is coming. Okay, because they got creative. And let me take it back. It's not creative because it's repetition, right? So we're not creative. Okay. Like they always say, and it's funny, but they always say that perpetrators return to the scene of the crime. Why the hell you gonna keep running the same goddamn play? You think because you got away with it once and that you got away with it twice, that you're gonna get away with it the third time? No, 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 no. Because how does the saying go? Fool me once, that's me. I mean, that's you. Wait, I think so. I can't remember because I'm thinking of it the George Bush way. Um, Fool me twice, that's me. Fool me a third time, I forgot what he said. It's so funny how he said it. I forgot. But anyway, so think about it. If you ran it once, right? So we'll say once was 24. If you ran it twice, the twice was Tennessee. Because who was that girl? Baton, Aiton, what I want to say her name exactly right. But she ran on what, December 2nd, right? And she should not have, you know what I mean? She should not have, you know what I mean? Because she should have been, but instead she was, you know what I mean? She was supposed to, you know what I mean? So you managed to get it twice in Tennessee. So then you're like, okay, let's run it back in Kentucky. And let's not talk about your normal Jim Crow shit that happened in Texas. I mean, JT, he's the man of the hour. He is, right? James Boy, do your thing. Because you can't get a more perfect character to go up against the epitome of sin, right? Because Ken is sin, period, right? And then you got Jamie T, who is little pastor boy, right? So, like, you literally have the devil versus God over in TX. Okay. So if they choose the devil over little God, and listen, I'm exaggerating. I don't think he's God. Okay. But I will say, when we read on Jamie T the first time, we kept getting that goddamn sun card. So he's really chosen for this moment. Okay. I don't think he's Jesus. I don't think he's God. I'm just saying. I'm talking about like literally good and evil going against each other in TX, right? But we kept getting the sun card, and I wasn't the only one who did that because I think there were like two other readers who every time they read on him, it was sun, 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 and they were like, "What the hell?" So he's literally chosen for this moment. Okay, JC, she got other things to do. Fire Girl Jazz got other things to do. She does. I mean, I wish she could stay, but just like Matt says, we got 7 more months. She does too. Okay. So anyway, if the devil wins over the chosen one, that would be the dumbest shit ever. Because we really got to look now. You know what I'm saying? Like, fool me 3 times, you know? All right, so, but mass was the third time. So let's see. Are we using masses for a learning opportunity? Let's put it that way. Are we using masses for a cyber learning activity? Are we doing that for a cyber learning activity? Especially because, yo, you know what I know? They were probably freaking the hell out after Ashley came out. Because Ashley spoke about it like on Thursday or Friday before the mass thing. I think they were freaking out. Let's see if they were freaking out. Were they freaking out when Ashley talked about it? Because think about it. She put an immediate light on mass. Were they freaking out when Ashley caught fire? When her conversation caught fire? Oh, wabba weeba. Yeah, they was. Because they knew how strong this girl was. She was taming the lion. Ooh, and she was restoring the balance with the information. She was pouring into our cup. She was filling up our depletedness. Ooh, she was in her new because she got this card for herself too. She was in her new. Y'all, they were scared. Ooh, I'm getting chills. They were. Oh, look. I was going to this other card. I'm gonna make sure my lap covered. I was going to this other card. Oh, I forgot y'all can't really see my. Oh, because I have my legs folded. Okay. I was going to this other card, right? I was gonna pick this up because I see this other card underneath. I'm sorry. And so I was getting ready to go to it. And so when I lifted this thing up, this remained. It wasn't supposed to. Oh, okay. Now I see what the other card was. The other card is the moon. So this is like they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop what they had put in the computers. VOTSs. Pentacles are VOTSs. They couldn't stop it. They wanted to. My phone is like, yes. They wanted to. Oh, and you definitely know they pitched it right. Goddamn text. Okay, so they definitely wanted to. Oh yeah, they won't pull it for that. But I mean, like they already had the codish stuff in the computers, so they definitely. Oh, because you see the secret, they couldn't stop it. So as she telling the secret, as she howling at the moon on everybody's show. Y'all remember, this is my let's look at that again card about the VOTESs. Ooh, y'all, they were in a tizzy. They were in a tizzy. Meanwhile, we're over here like, girl, I knew it. Tell me more. Girl, tell me how they stole from us. Oh, tell me all about them doing that. So we really won? Wait, we had interference? Girl, you know that's treason? Girl, we were over here eating it up. Meanwhile, behind this temperance, they over here trying to shut her up, but it's too late. That information she done already shared with us. They were pissed. They were scared. So we are looking at mass. Mass is the tip off. Why? Because everybody started pulling the numbers. Because thank you, autistic community. I love us. Autistic community went, them numbers ain't right. Listen, look, them numbers ain't right at all. Let's start crunching them. The autistic community don't play. Ooh, she don't play. I love her. Because, obsessive, that's female. Wait. Them numbers ain't right. Ace, that's a yes. Them numbers ain't right. Something's upside down. Something's wrong. How we got double the numbers now? What? This don't make sense. Girl, I love my autistic community. That's why they silencing our ass. But guess what? We autistic. So what we gonna do is we got a taste of the bone. Now we want the bone back. So we're gonna make another account and we're gonna do the same thing again. And we're gonna make another account and then we're gonna do the same thing. Girl, I'm on like my fourth or fifth TikTok account. Like, seriously, keep playing with me. Because your day is coming. Keep playing with me. All right. And I keep talking. Ain't that crazy? And I don't even make money. Oh, yeah, asking her, girl, I'm gonna give you $40 million. I just need you to be quiet. And she like, no. And then other people reaching out to her like, I'm gonna give you a job. Because, she keeps talking about, you Google me, you can't get a job. I'm gonna give you a job. And she's like, no. Because I'm trying to fix my own karma. Okay, we are definitely the masters of pattern recognition. Like, I saw people like all upset. Like, listen, okay, Linda G, like everybody was reading that day and they were like, oh my God, he's gonna win, he's gonna win, he's gonna win. And then Linda G, she was like, I saw him though. I felt so bad for her. Because she's like, again? Like, I saw him though. I saw people celebrating him. I saw him surrounded by people. I saw him smiling. I saw him though. And then came the clip of his concession party. She's like, oh, I saw that. As he promises, I got 7 more months left. If I could do that in 6, what can I do in 7? Oh, I can't wait for this week. Oh, I can't wait for this week because this is the AI stuff. Oh, I can't wait for this week. Oh, yes. So they definitely, not AI stuff. You know what I mean? The little foolishness stuff of they finagle with it. And we're seeing how justice was eluded. Because now, mind you, most people are like, listen, I'm not for mass. I'm not. However, who? And you got people in Kentucky going, who the hell is this other guy? I've never even seen this guy before. Who is he? And so it makes you wonder, like, where the hell did them $34 million go? Baby Mama Grimes, if she was smart, she stayed the fuck up out of it. I'm sorry. Because Baby Mama Grimes is a Heil Hitler person. Because I remember that strictly from Shitter. Back in the day. Oh, see ya. They made off like a bandit. But meanwhile, they left behind traces. You see them 2 swords? They ain't got room to carry them swords. But guess who came back behind them to get those swords? The autistic community. Excuse me. So how many people registered this year? Wait, how did you get twice as many from this year in 2024? Ain't nobody moving to Kentucky. Our people are so good. I love my autistic community. And they're like, that shit ain't adding up. Hold on. Wait, what? What? Then meanwhile, you have dumbasses out here. Like, see, that's why we shouldn't VOTE. That's more reason to do it. Because if we have too big to read type of thing happen, and they still read, girl, do you know how many pitchforks would be in that street? And I say that with a K. We out there. Okay. Anyway, so let's look at this. Grimes. Grimes is grimy. Because I remember, like, one of the reasons he like had started like posting when he was with her. He has started really posting those 88s and 14s and all them other things that, little dog whistles. See, she's that with him. She ain't the best kind of queen. That's why she don't mind putting all that shit on Front Street on the shitter talk. Look at this. That's the other one. That's the Ace of Cups. Like, I know he regret that because she is an emotional woman and she is ready to burn shit. Ooh, okay, but she's not right herself. She's not right herself. Because I remember something to the degree of that about her. But she's wondering, do I jump in or do I have more stuff to add? Since we're talking about 3. Do I have more stuff to add? Who else then? Hold on. Because Grimes would be 1. St. Clair would be 2. Who's the third one who's going to come out? This is 3. There's 2 standing next to each other. And this is a 3. Oh, Which woman scorned? Let me see something. So is Grimes. Is Grimes going to be like, listen, I learned better. I was in my MAGA life. I think so, y'all. And she got the son, right? She got the son who got paraded. Grimes is seeing her opportunity to get her child back. Yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. She is seeing her opportunity to get her child back. Okay, Grammy baby. She's gross, but okay. She doesn't have the I was young. Oh, okay. She got stuff. Because he went, I think, to her from her. Because he had a very public thing with her. And then he owes her so much damn money. Ooh, Grimes is, yeah, she's coming. She's coming. Who's this? Oh, yeah. Her son's again. She's coming because she sees an opportunity to get money and her child. Oh, Grammy baby. Oh, yes. Justice? And the imbalances of power is about to be shifted in a different direction. Y'all, Grimy baby is coming. Okay, Grimes. Yeah, girl, she was very, you know, you put the kid out there. Now, mind you, parents get to do what parents get to do. Like, you can't just say one parent says no and the other parent says yes. But if you have it written down where it's a no, like we have agreed that it's a no, then yes, it's a no. But she got some secrets, y'all. She got some secrets. Ooh. There's a reason he was not invited to the summit that even Cammy didn't know about because somebody kept that information from her about why he wasn't invited. He didn't get a villain origin story because of no invitation. He got a villain origin story because JB knew something else that he didn't share with Cammy. Huh. Huh. Whew, y'all. Okay. So she got secrets, right? And she's sitting on secrets, right? And she finna cut that Negro open with the truth and get what she has been waiting for. Oh, she coming. Because there's the Emperor, who he think he was. And there's the sun again. And there she is again. And she finna go for it. I like the fact that this priority is next to temperance. Because her priority is upsetting the balance. And she's going to deliver this information, by the way. Because she is a woman, a mother scorned. Not even a woman scorned. A mother scorned. And he had left her alone. So she finna serve this shit up and flip out on him and hit the circuit herself. Babe, oh, it's finna get hot. Whew. Ain't enough tea in the world. Ain't enough tea in the world. Girl, he just like Dumpy Pants. Watch him if he make it to getting to 80. Watch him be just as. Just as. Because people who don't read get dementia. Because you can't let your brain go smooth. This is so interesting. Because this man broke her heart. The lies he told. Everything. So she like, all right. She lost some battles and stuff. She like, all right, I'm back, Jack. I'm back. I've been plotting and waiting on this shit. I am back. She is in her villain era. Okay. Come out against me if you want to. I got more shit to say. Trust me, I've been planning this one for a while. Hate on a player. She coming. She coming. Look at this. Judgment. Um, I don't think people are going to be as arms opening to her as they have become to Ashley. But she don't give a F. She's after what she's after. Give me my baby. Give me my custody. Y'all, she ain't playing with that boy. She ain't playing with that boy. Give me my baby. She ain't playing with this boy. Give me my baby. You can't be a parent if you're in jail. Ooh. Is she talking to France? Y'all, this is completely off script. I have other things to read. Oh yeah, these Betty. We said it was the age of the females, though, dog. We said it was the age of the females. This is. Oh, and she did warn him. You're absolutely right. She did warn him. So is she going to be with Ash? I don't think so. It looks like she's going to go her own route. She's standing by herself, but he gonna be pop, 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 pop. Like he's gonna get hit from everywhere. Mm. Oh yeah, they charging child. Charge it. Okay, they coming. Ooh, who else though? Who else is coming? The woman who was supposed to show up in France and did not. His right hand man. Is that the other baby mama who just had another child from him? Because I think one of them circled back and got another one. Oh wait, are we gonna find out about more children? Let's see. If we get the 10 of Pentacles, which is family, and it's oh wait, ooh. I was gonna say if we get the 10 of Pentacles, because I was thinking of a lot of Pentacles. And then we immediately got a lot of Pentacles. We got some women in the wings. Because Ashley was number 5 or number 6. Okay, first wife was 3. Grimes was 1 or 2. I think 2. So that's 5. And I think Ashley had number 14 or number 15. So that leaves us with 10. And didn't somebody else have twins again? What number is she? G woman has 3. Oh, okay. So that's 6. One had twins with a coworker. Is that the smart lady who used to work with him? Because we honestly stopped getting the number, I think. I think we stopped getting the number after Ashley. And Ashley was in 24. So did he have more? Because we're talking 25, 26. But it looks like we got some waiting in the wings who have been lied to, you know? Uh, he got a lot. He got a lot. He got a lot. Is it possible he has 9 women? He got a lot. Ooh, something out of that balance. And yep, we got something in reverse here. His money ain't finna flow right. Okay. Is there anything else with that? Show me anything else that we need to know with this triangle of mass. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's out in the cold, man. Oh, evidence is coming. This is the one that hit the table. Evidence is coming. Evidence is about to show how things were out of order. Here comes the priority again. Here comes that Knight of Pentacles, the machines that were used. Here comes the reassessment here. Here comes them overrunning the machine or the results. Here comes the interference. And here comes the people you don't want to F with. When they find out you F with them. When they find out you're not holding up your end of the bargain. And they're not part of the family. They're part of the grift. And then here comes the righteous people who are the same. And between the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Swords in the upright, we gonna get this. We gonna get this justice. Because it's a new time, baby. You broke that social contract. We finna redistribute the wealth. Interesting. Interesting. So we are learning some stuff. He's about to be on the outside because Grimy is going to be grimy, right? And here comes the death blow. And he should have made all them damn children because now he created some cold biatches who are coming for what they're due and gonna burn up the ground with it and gonna snitch. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Because we got broken lies and promises, and then we got them growing in their transformation. As they are done fighting with your devilish behind, they plotting and planning, and they finna come out sharing all the information, and then people gonna turn away from you, and you gonna be left by yourself trying to figure this stuff out. Look at this countdown, because the queen is finna come with the truth. The end, especially about your abuses. The end, because now, y'all, this was Queen Ash and this is Queen Grimes. And who are they gonna get? Woo! The man who thought he was a man. And he's gonna be served because it's gonna be proved. I'm waiting. Come on, man. Yep. This is gonna be unleashed. Secrets revealed. New world order. Well, new country order, because the world has already moved on. This is interesting. What's a 20? I forget what the 20 is. That just is poking at, well, there's two of these things poking at me. So the 20 is, what's the 20? Ooh, judgment in reverse. And then, yeah, the emperor. Okay. This is gonna be cool. All right, moving on. Was there anything left to this story? Obviously. Will the truth be revealed after midterms? Interesting question. Ash is number 13? I thought she was 14. Are you counting the twins? Is Vivian one of the twins from the first wife, or was that the singleton child from the first wife? Okay. So, let's see. The truth was, well, let's put it this way. Here's the thing. So far, we've been right. It just doesn't look the way we thought it would. But so far, we've been right. The only thing that's off is Shady. But they started to crucify Shady in April when they were supposed to be elevating Shady. Because greed is part of this here. Um, there's a queen. And there's an ace. So let's see. Confidence, passion, warmth, leadership. This is leadership. But we might still miss the opportunity because of who's in the DNC. It's got to be beyond party is what has to happen. It has to be beyond party. So let's put it this way. Is there a timeline of the truth being revealed where it all happens after midterms? So let's see. But that's what I'm saying. Is like we're getting truth in May, like we said we were about to. Something happened in March that we said was going to happen. I can't remember. I need to start writing shit down. I was like, oh, okay, that did happen. I said in February they're going to do something reckless. They were going to amplify it. I didn't know we were going to war. And I said there were going to be deaths, and I didn't know there was going to be death on March 1st with the soldiers. 13 with Ash, 14 with Siobhan. Is Siobhan the one who worked with him? Did she double back for another one? One of them worked with him. I am so surprised that so Siobhan just had another one with him, right? So is he on 15 that we know of? Because we don't even know how many kids Jeffrey got. Hmm. I think there's 9 women. Or are you telling me 9 kids with Jeffrey? I don't know. Oh, that could be either or because they both thought they were the shit. Hmm. Okay. So, question: is there a timeline of the truth being revealed? There is light at the end of the tunnel. It's the Emperor card. There is light at the end of the tunnel. These are both looking like no cards, though. Okay. Is there a timeline that we're on? Well, are we on the timeline? Okay, I got no twice. So, are we on the timeline of truth being revealed before the midterms, right? Because this is betrayal. But it still said that light was at the end of the tunnel. So, okay, are we on a timeline? I will say there was a switch, and we all felt it. There was a switch of something different happening. Ooh, okay, there was a switch. There was a timeline switch. Um, it just feels like a sidestep. There was a timeline switch. I remember going, what was that? Hold on, that's 10 of Wands in reverse. That's the death card. Okay, there was a timeline switch. Wait, so is he alive? If we're in a different timeline, is he alive? Hold on. Okay, that's the betrayal card. No. Um. Okay. It's. I'm getting. Okay. This explains the Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm getting the DNC block. I'm getting the people who are deliberately planted in there. Um. They're panicking. They have a lot to lose. Okay. So. Hmm. Okay. Will the truth be believed? Will the truth be revealed and believed? Oh, there's a maybe here. There's a maybe pertaining to those machines. Will the truth be believed, be revealed and believed and acted on? Let's add that to it because this is a no card. It feels too heavy, too much of a burden, too overwhelming. Okay. So are we on the current timeline where the truth will not only be revealed, but it will be believed and acted upon? Are we on the timeline where the truth of what happened? This is a no card, but I'm seeing a release from anxiety. This is a no card, but I'm seeing the overwhelm. I think this is the protection of no, because this will tear everything down before we're ready. Hold on. Okay, are we on the timeline where the truth of what happened in all these different contests will be acted on before the midterms? Are we in a timeline where this will be acted on before the midterms? Interesting. This guy keeps coming back, but this guy is here too. But acted upon. This is what we're wondering. Like acted upon by, let's say, like either the EO or there's something here. Something about this truth. Acted upon by either the EO or, oh, who wanted to come out? Oh, you guys, this is a yes. And this is my shenanigans card. This is a yes, but this is in the world. It's in reverse though. Um, so acted upon but not completed. Because this is a yes, and it's in reverse. It feels like the sword is stuck in the stone. There's no king author, so to speak. So there's no leader to really put this to use. But there's a yes. They're getting together though, you guys. Or they are together already. Something's happening. And this is a yes. Queen of Swords. I think this is because of how deep it goes. Like the number of people involved. The within. The rot within. Like literally. Because this is a yes. And this is the White House card. So this is a yes. But again, in reverse. So the rot is very deep and corrupt within. The work's going to begin, but it's a yes. But it's slow. And the World card is an Earth card as well. That's why it's incomplete. Okay. I think it's disrupted. So I'm going to go to this next question about the midterms because I think it's disrupted. Because now we have the no. But this is the no of doing the work. Not the no of being overburdened, overwhelmed. This is the no of doing the hard ass work. Because we got a yes here, and that's the Queen of Fire. And then we got a yes here. That is the Ten of Cups. I hope y'all still see me because it looks like our Wi-Fi just jumped off. Let me know if you still see me. And this is a celebration card. And y'all know we're going to dance on the ashes. But this is also a water card, so this feels soothing. After all that fire, that's a lot of fire. Ooh, I wonder if that's literally. That's a lot of fire. Okay. Because of the imbalance. But it's a release from anxiety. Okay. I see an ace. It's in reverse. It's this, but it's preceding the tower. So there is going to be the down. Like we can celebrate all of that, but we still have to go down. We still have to break. Because there's still this yes here. Okay, so the only no we've had are these two swords. But these two swords, well, one of them, well, three swords. One of them is really good. We still got secrets here. So I think the biggest problem, to be honest, hold on, we got the Pentacle guy here. The Page of Pentacles, he's a yes card, but he's in reverse. The biggest problem is the one that honestly keeps me up at night, is the one of it just being too big. Like thank you. Like the circle is just way too big. Like the trap literally has to be a Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? I feel like the MMA fights are pushing. Oh yes, 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 child. And it's the tackiest shit ever. Y'all seen the cages already going up? Like, why are you putting the cages up 3 whole weeks ahead of time? This is interesting. But okay, so hold on. Wait. So the only nose we got, besides the secret one here that just popped up, the only nose we got here is the tower, because it has to go down. But that no comes buried deep. And then the other no that we got is us being released from all this anxiety. Again, buried deep. So I'm not counting those as no's, to be honest, because they're not towards the front. So the other no's we got are, that's it. Those are the only two no's we got, other than the secret one that just came up. So everything else was yes, 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 yes. Like, so there's a whole lot of yeses here. There's a hell of a lot of yes here. Y'all, there's a lot of yes here. But this world card shows me disruption, and it came right after the hard work one. So let's get into this next question then of, will there be midterms? And we're going to say federal midterms, federal state midterms, like state affecting federal midterms. State affecting federal. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, that's definitely why it's taking so long. It is definitely why it's taking so long. Is like once they got the law involved, they were like, "Oh my freaking god!" And it definitely is a worldwide sting. And let me just say, greed is stupid because like the minute you say worldwide sting, I immediately think about France, who had this little place that just chose all their red wing people. Um, then I'm thinking of the UK, who is putting in their red wing people. Then I'm thinking of the Australia, who is trying really hard. Their red wing people keep pushing to look for their weakness. And then like each one of these are is led by a criminal. Like the one in Australia, if you listen to Libby, this lady done been to jail for election fraud. So why is she even able? Then the one in France, Le Pen or whatever her name is, she done been in jail for some shit that she shouldn't be doing in government. And then she gets out and she creates a party. And her party's winning in little local areas because that's what they do. They eat the frog one step at a time. The UK. Like, are you serious? What? Okay. I'm so confused. Like literally. So when I say this shit is big, it is big. Um, it literally encompasses the whole world. But why they keep doing it though, Jen? This is what I don't understand, girl. Like, you see what we're going through. And are you going, you know what? My country's too little to affect the world. I thought y'all supposed to be smarter than us. Apparently not. You laughed at us for a whole damn year and then said, our turn. Do-do-do-do. I can't. I can't with the world. Like, be smarter. I can't with the world. I can't. Be legal. Be smarter. I can't with the world. But the trap is so big. And then when you trace all them people, they go back to the assholes in office. What? Girl, listen. I used to get told my eyes would stay that way. Like these people. Like we literally have choices. We can literally now clean the swamp. Now that it's been drained, we can actually clean it. And y'all are like, and by y'all, I'm talking about all these people. Like, no, no, I like stinky bog water. Dumbasses. Like, you're looking at us across the world. Ha ha ha, you got Trump. You so dumb. How can you choose him? And then y'all turn around and do the same shit. Our talking points are about immigrants. Your talking point are about immigrants. Our talking point is about America first. Your talking point is about First Nation. Okay.